everybody, and welcome to this special episode of the No Name Podcast Extras, where we have too much news and not so much time. My name is Mrmoopsy, and I'm here with my co-hosts. Introduce yourselves, boys, while I eat this food.
Jazz here, just enjoying life best I can and grinding as always.
My name is Becker. Please send help.
Okay.
After the podcast. Anyway.
No.
So, Jess, you seem to be aware of news things going on around here, but the people here don't, so would you be kindly informing them of the news things?
Alright, we're going to talk about the Xbox conference. We're going to be talking about the fighting game, Japan fighting game producer roundtable. And we're going to be talking about the recent announcement that happened with Street Fighter V, as well as, what was the other question you had? I don't have it on my list.
Oh yeah, it was one thing I wanted to ask this panel is, given the controversy that happened at EVO this year, should EVO be run by a committee instead of a singular entity?
Fair enough. So, let's get started with the first one, the Xbox conference. So, they basically, they didn't start off with Halo, but it might as well have been the big start to their conference.
It was definitely one of the first two.
Yeah. And I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't impressed at all.
No.
And apparently there was also talk of a graphical downgrade of some sort happening with it.
It can look worse?
It could look worse, but at the same time, you're talking to a person who actually just finished Ghost of Tsushima. And I gotta say, woof, that the Halo could look way better.
Also, congratulations.
Yeah, I shed a tear.
That good?
I loved it. This game could very well be my game of the year, but more on that later. Yeah, after Halo, because honestly, even the main bad guy, I guess you can say he is, was kind of generic and rambling, and nobody really cared.
Nope.
And that was one of their two really big draws, because then they got into some other games after that honestly, in my opinion at least, weren't that exciting anyway.
I mean, granted, it doesn't mean much when I say they're forgettable, but trust me, they're forgettable.
I don't know. What do you think about Halo 80?
I can actually bring somebody else's opinion onto it.
Cool.
Lee said that Halo is the reason why so many gamers are casual nowadays.
Oof.
I would agree. I would actually agree.
I can agree with that too.
You think COD would be the reason to do that, but no, it's actually all on Halo. Halo is the reason why so many casuals are in the gaming community now. But excuse me, I'm also eating.
Lovely.
Spoiler alert.
Well,
Halo Infinite was supposed to go crazy. That's what Mighty Keith said.
Every time.
Yep.
It didn't go crazy. It went mildly perturbed.
Yeah.
The man's an optimist to a fault.
Nah, that's true. But even then, I was expecting Halo to do better than that. It's fucking Halo.
It's because this is one thing I will agree on with Lee. Filthy casual, says Mimic. But I do that whole two gun system and all that fucking bullshit that Halo's done since the beginning. I honestly put all the blame on them. It was that generation. It was that first game that fucking set everything into horrible motion.
Mm-hmm.
Are you against a double primary meta or something?
Whatever the hell that is, sure.
A double primary meta, having the ability of having two primary weapons on you.
Oh hell yeah!
That's kind of weird.
But I want to ask why.
My point is, compare Halo to say either one of the modern Doom games. But the lack of weapon or like the fact that you can't carry a huge like crazy amount of weapons for a super soldier even is baffling to me. Like that game should be fucking balls to the wall, bullets flying every moment you possibly can have.
You're talking about Doom, right?
Well, what Halo should be, which is it should be Doom.
Right, right.
And fucking Halo, they decided to fucking tone shit down and made it more casual friendly. We had a fucking whole ass console generation of like, oh well, let me carry my assault rifle and possibly my pistol or possibly secondary assault rifle because I'm a fucking child.
You feel really strongly about
fucking,
this.
Yeah, that's a little passionate.
And meanwhile, fucking like here's all these games with all these glorious fucking big boy guns that we're not allowed to play because Halo made that stupid shit popular.
Go on.
Yeah, I'm intrigued that your opinion is. I'm really impressed that your opinion is so strong here.
It's something that's been bothering me for a while because like Doom 2016 should have been something that we could have had during the PlayStation 3 era, and it took for fucking ever before people over at Bethesda and id got their heads out of their asses and thought, you know, we could actually make these fun shooters fun again instead of everything basically following a modern or the Halo style, because effectively it's Halo caused the problem and Activision kept exacerbating the problem. Because like then there's like you have Call of Duty, you've got Battlefield. Like I'm sure they've got some great points to them, but like the whole like 2-weapon system is fucking crap to me. Even 3 guns in the original Killzone, that shit was fun.
Oh wait, okay, I see. Wait a minute, hold on. I think we got our points mixed up. Then what you're saying is you love the ability to have more than one primary weapon.
Yes.
What you're saying is you really like the idea that a super soldier can have a rocket launcher in his back pocket with a sniper rifle, with an assault rifle, and a shotgun.
And a grenade launcher, and fucking like some sort of knife that pulls out tinier, deadlier knives.
Okay, now I got your point, but it took you saying something wrong about Battlefield to get it.
Well, but I mean, Battlefield, Call of Duty, like a lot of those games follow the whole 2-weapon genre.
Mm-hmm. But at the same time, they're not particularly super soldiers in that game.
This is a fair point, but ultimately it still all comes down to they're following the same formula as Halo. Because you could.
I think I can make your point a little bit better. What you're saying is that they're not treating these games like games. They're not treating games as an act of fiction. They're trying to like shroud the video games in reality, and in reality, you could probably only have 2 weapons.
I think the best way you put it was they're not treating these games like games.
Yeah, they're not making like this. It's a video game, but they're trying to make a video game based off something that's shrouded in reality, and you don't like the idea of your games being ruined by reality because games are the reason why you want to get away from reality to begin with, right, champ?
Not even entirely that. Like that's a lot of good stuff. Yes, I agree with you on a lot of that. Another thing too, though, is that like it becomes so fucking samey. Like you could fucking play like a PlayStation 3 copy of, or like you can play the original Halo, like say on an Xbox 360 on an Xbox controller, right?
Yeah.
You play that. You go up one console generation and you play like fucking Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 or something like that, right?
I'm hearing you.
Damn near same fucking controls. Then you put on like some sort of like you put on another modern shooter on Xbox One. Same fucking controls. I swear to God, there's no fucking variety in those games. You could literally pick up the same exact, like, you could pick up and play exactly the same goddamn way in the most brain-dead fucking...
Oh well. Should be recording now, so oh well.
Alrighty.
It's all the internet's fault.
Mm-hmm. Which is...
100%.
But,
what were we saying again?
Basically, I was just railing about how I feel like the shooting genre sort of lost a lot of originality and a lot of identity and a lot of potential
Mm.
because they decided to follow that goddamn Halo formula.
Fair.
I I think I don't know if it's really the Halo formula per se. I think the Halo formula is just like the really the worst example.
Well, okay, maybe calling it the Halo formula is the worst example. So I'll just call it the two gun system.
No, I wouldn't necessarily say the two gun system either. Like that, like I don't think that is the problem, right? Like
I mean, like, I feel like a lot of okay, go ahead.
I'm thinking the point that I was making is that I'm thinking the reason why COD and Battlefield is able to get away with it and Halo isn't able to get away with it are for two different reasons. And the two different reasons is that you're still a human being playing Battlefield. You're still a human being playing COD. You are not a human being playing Halo. You are a swole ass Captain America's ass having super soldier.
And I did like also in like power armor.
Yeah, then there's power armor. Then you got the big ass mech suit. It's like a mech light. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You have superhuman strength. So for all this superhuman strength, and you mean to tell me I can only have two guns?
And I can give you that the whole modern military shooter style can have the two guns because, but I mean, then again, I also remember they did a MythBusters on fucking being able to carry as many guns as the Doom guy, and if I remember correctly, I think it was confirmed.
Yeah, yeah. In the most extreme situations, I'm like, it's like the only real exception to the rule is just like snipers and shit. Snipers have a carbine with them as well.
And because I'm for modern military shooters, I'm not gonna fucking say like carry 8 guns, but you can carry like 3 or 4 if you're smart.
Yeah, and if they're light enough to.
Like, yeah, you could carry like, say for example, a handgun, maybe like like 2 like assault rifle type weapons, or like and maybe like a sawed-off shotgun or something.
And even then, that's just like taking weight parameters into effect and a whole bunch of other dumb nerd shit that's not really necessary for this.
Yeah,
But when it comes,
and even then, like, you could still buff it up a bit, like, because it's like, yeah, it's still video games. It's still, like, a lot of this stuff is still fucking fake.
mm-hmm. But it's like in the fantasy world, you can only still have 2 guns and one of them's a pistol. It's just like, come on, bro, really?
Yeah, and like fucking Halo shouldn't have been able to get as far away with it as they did. It's like 6 games before people started like questioning. Maybe Halo doesn't look all that exciting.
Yeah, because like at least Call of Duty now is like, it's still COD, but at least if they've made improvements to the formula and make it at least a little bit different.
Mm-hmm.
But but like Halo 1, Halo 2, Halo 3, Halo Infinite. Wait, no. Right. Hold on. Halo ODST, right?
I think that's the spin-off.
It's like, but all of them did the COD thing where they played exactly the same. They played exactly the same way.
Yeah.
And I think that's like another issue a lot of people would have with that too.
Because this is something that I had thought about when I was watching the Halo part of the Xbox showcase.
Mm-hmm.
That I like, that's one of the things that my mind went to, is like, I was thinking like, this is so fucking slow compared to Doom.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Doom is fast.
Like, it's fast paced and does not hold your hand for shit, and I love it.
Yeah, but COD holds your hand. Halo holds your hand.
Yeah.
I'm not against hand holding, right? I ain't against it. Some people need to learn. Not everybody plays FPSs. But even then, like, it's just sometimes the hand holding just gets a little too extreme.
I mean, hand holding is not the worst thing, but At some point, you gotta fucking be able to let loose and go crazy.
And that's what you want. You want to go crazy, but societal standards won't let them fuck with you.
Just kept going. I was really into it.
Just like, but because of this society.
Which we live in.
Thank you for the ad address. Society.
They get what they fucking deserve.
We can't go crazy even though we want to. It's BS, I say. No, I feel you on that. It's just. I think the main problem. I think all this shit boils down to is that the Halo Infinite reveal just wasn't that good.
It definitely had a lot of shit, and I will admit to going on a tangent that I've kind of been wanting to go for a while. But I say there was no way for me to properly segment into it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like the next Halo just fucking looks boring as shit.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't look exciting at all.
Nope.
And it's like the way you reacted to that was like the same way people reacted to a what was it? Call of Duty Infinite Warfare. Because Call of Duty Infinite Warfare was just a victim of the times. Because a lot of people was just truly sick of people were truly sick of Call of Duty being like futuristic. So when the next one was futuristic, they're just like, "Yo, we hate this game." But then
Which I mean, like it shouldn't have what was the last Call of Duty before Infinite Warfare?
I think it was Black Ops 4.
And are those futuristic?
It's futuristic, but like boots on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was gonna say like aren't a lot of them like really just standard MMS? So like it wouldn't be futuristic, and so Infinite Warfare should have been the one where they do go just crazy balls out nuts.
Infinite Warfare was the one where they went crazy ball out nuts, and they didn't like it.
So then how they must have fucked up somewhere bad, because that should not have been the reception of the game.
It shouldn't have been, but it's
But
what
it was.
Yeah.
is because like people were complaining about CODs being the same, so they made Advanced Warfare, which was their first step into futuristic games. Then Black Ops 3 did it, and then I think Infinite Warfare came out. Then with Infinite Warfare, they're just like, "This is the final nail in the coffin. I don't like this flying around shit."
Mm-hmm.
I want to go back to the modern military setting.
Then we went back to the modern military setting, and them niggas hated that too.
So they went back to World War II.
Yeah, they went back to World War II, and I hated that personally.
I was indifferent.
Of course, you're indifferent. This game has mostly men in it, Jess. Come on.
There are women there.
Come on.
Some with like wooden arms or something. I forget what she had.
Yeah, they had something.
No, that was Battlefield 5.
No, yeah.
Oh yeah. But like you can kind of see my problem with like how a lot of these games start to run together, right?
Yeah, I know what you mean. You're not saying that you're looking for change. You're just like, yo, this does not look good.
Well, it's a little bit of a column A, a little bit of column B, because what I want for change is I want exciting fucking shit. I want most shooting games to be like all the different kinds of 80s movies that you see around with like fucking Schwarzenegger and Stallone and shit. You don't pay to see like the same fucking movie over and over. Like surprisingly, there's variety in these old action movies.
Yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah, I definitely understand where you're coming from that. You know what I don't like in my shooting games?
Women. I'm just kidding.
No, not women. Women are great. What I don't like is that my enemies shoot back at me. I hate that shit. I don't know why they keep shooting back at me. Like, I am sick of this shit.
How dare you provide me a challenge?
Not even a challenge. Like, yo, you're supposed to see me, and then you're supposed to get that call that your parents died. That way you can't focus on the game, and then I shoot you in the face, and you're grieving. That's just how it's supposed to be. But no. They're just like, yeah, I know my parents are in the hospital. Then they start shooting at me. What am I supposed to do?
Well, the trick is, who do you think put them there?
I don't know. Oh, right. Yeah, I see what you mean.
The fuck out
Makes
of my
sense.
room, I'm playing Minecraft. No. Um,
That's my point. All right. I think we're good, Moops. Are we good? Please tell me we're good.
Oh, we're absolutely good.
no.
I just want to get that fucking shooter thing off my chest.
Fair enough.
Because it's unpopular to hate Halo.
All right.
It's about to
Halo.
go crazy.
Hey, Halo's done, boys. What's next?
Technically not much else because nothing else is really noteworthy. Maybe Psychonauts 2. Other than that, well, technically Fable, but
But even then, that wasn't much.
yeah, it was like a CGI thing. For all we know, it could be canceled.
Yeah.
Oh man, I hope Fable 2 doesn't get canceled, or Fable doesn't get canceled. I really hope it doesn't.
I mean, I don't either. I want no games to be canceled, but Xbox history says otherwise.
Yeah. Xbox's history does say otherwise. Yes.
Especially when it's just like a fucking, just only a trailer. Rip Scalebound.
Rip Scalebound. We will never forget you.
Never forgetty.
This is weird.
Ripping SpaghettiOs.
But I'll say this for Psychonauts 2. I never played the original. I've only seen like some videos. I just hope it does well because I do like Double Fine, and they made one of the games that's literally in my top 3 games of all time. So like I want the game to at least do well.
But yeah, that's him. I didn't have much else. So Halo, it didn't go crazy.
Halo Infinite didn't go crazy.
Damn near everything was fucking great in all the trailers.
Dude, like Fable looked cool, but even then, like that, I don't think that's enough for people to be like, all right, I'm getting an Xbox.
And even then, what Halo was, or not Halo, fucking get off that moops. What Fable was fucking going off of, they were just like going off of the name and nostalgia, you know. Like people are literally hyped for just like a billboard.
Yeah, there's not much else I can really go off of.
Yeah,
Fable was that game to a lot of people.
And I can understand like a game being like, oh my god, it was so amazing, fucking Jazz and Jade Empire.
No, why did you bring? I was about to shit on Jade Empire. Why?
Yeah, I mean, he wouldn't let you anyway.
I'm kind of weird wondering why did they come up for the both of you?
Why was we going to bring up Jade Empire just to get you involved? Honestly,
This seems so random.
it was random, yeah, sure, but we were talking about prominent Xbox titles, and what prominent fucking Xbox title do we not know of other than Jade Empire from your giggling ass?
Basically, for one.
I'm not gonna know because of BioWare.
I never even knew about Jade Empire's existence. Not only because I was on the Sony side of things growing up, but
exactly
because
why you wouldn't know.
That's pretty much the only reason why.
I didn't know about it, but now I'll never forget about it because of your ass.
It'd be like as if like my favorite shooting game of all time was like the original Killzone, and I'd just be like, and I wouldn't shut up about that. Like Jeff would know about it, even though.
Yeah, I wouldn't know about it if I was on Xbox. Like, what the fuck is Killzone?
Exactly. It was like me with SOCOM. People wouldn't even know how much I love SOCOM because you know why? It doesn't fucking exist anymore. Now, if you excuse me, I'm gonna go cry myself to sleep.
But I mean, yeah, for Xbox, there was nothing. There like I'm calling it now. Xbox is dead.
Nah, I wouldn't say Xbox is dead.
Not just yet, because they do have one big thing. And that's the Game Pass?
Yeah, the Xbox Game Pass.
Yeah, that right there is going to be major for them.
The Xbox, if Fable flops, right? If Fable flops, the Xbox Game Pass is going to carry the Xbox.
Yeah, it is.
I don't have enough hope for Xbox. I mean, I'll say this: I don't know Fable. I never played Fable. So it could be I'm underestimating the brand.
I think you're very underestimating the brand.
I mean, coming from like a spot of like virtually zero, like it's understandable why. But Xbox, like my like the best way to put it is Xbox still hasn't learned their fucking lesson. They're still mostly worried about check out our graphics.
Graphics.
No.
So like maybe Fable comes out, but imagine like what if it's boring, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Or what if it's overall bad?
No,
Like-
and it's like the day one sales and reviews will probably be inflated, but that's not where the real meat and potatoes will lie for me. I think it's like after some time has passed, it's just like, how good is this game really?
Yeah, it doesn't have legs.
Yeah.
Does it have legs, or is it just roast
And-
soldier dogs?
And I mean, like, if it's bad enough, I'm pretty sure that you'll hear a lot more negative reviews than positive reviews.
Hmm.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's like, if Fable is their final saving grace, I don't think it buys them enough time, honestly, unless they scramble for something huge. And so at this point, in my eyes, they're basically playing the lottery.
Halo Infinite about to go crazy.
Fable about to go crazy.
Don't make me get Xbox Live up in here.
Yeah, it's a mess.
It's not looking good.
Hmm. But I definitely won't say they're done though. Not just
I will.
yet.
I'll even say it on your behalf.
Nah, you won't. But is there anything else you want to say on the conference? I mean,
It was boring.
I will say they did show at least a little bit more gameplay. just a tiny bit.
5 more seconds of whole ass gameplay.
Yeah, I still was thinking like, where are the games? Kind of really in a way. But do we even know if there's any real good launch titles like coming out? Oh yeah, there's another thing we need to talk about with Halo. How the multiplayer will probably be free to play.
That's right. They did say that Halo Infinite was going to be free to play.
Wait, the whole
You know what's
game?
gonna?
Maybe the entire game. Who knows about
But
that?
it's not gonna be true free to play if that's the case, because then they'll just be fucking selling a shit ton of DLC.
And I'm thinking that's what they're going for. They're going for the free to play microtransaction deal.
Why are these guys still stuck in the Xbox 360 days? 2012 is over.
The only thing they know about is that. Hi, Mark. What you want?
Well, they just know microtransactions and graphics.
I made the food for you. It's in the kitchen if you want some.
Thanks.
Now get out! Huh? Yeah, I turned that on because I saw a bug and killed it. I didn't scream like a girl, mind you.
Yet to be seen. Pixar didn't happen.
I'm pressing X.
It wasn't recorded, so therefore it didn't happen.
In today's modern days, yeah. But nah, I'm done with Xbox. The used up whore.
It's like, but at the same time, we need an Xbox fanatic in here to counteract our points better, because it just seems like we're just arguing it. So it's like, Xbox sucks, yeah.
Good luck with that, though. I mean, when the Xbox keeps giving their shit to PC, like, gonna have a hard time getting that.
We'd have an easier time fucking converting us to a PC master racist.
Wow, a PC master racist. That is
That sounds so bad.
well, man, whatever. You suck, Jazz. That was great.
I can't take the credit for that one. That one's my older brother.
Somehow I knew he was to be the one to say that.
That's good. I like that one.
I will be sure to inform him.
Good stuff. But no, yeah, like, I would literally have to search, like, literal search for somebody to be, like, on the Xbox side at this point. It's not crazy, that is.
Yeah, fucking. Because I think you told me, Jess, that people are starting to jump ship on Xbox, and like it's coming from like long time fuckers.
I mean, it doesn't help with PC being a thing. It really doesn't help.
Because PC has everything, all of that and then more.
Mm-hmm.
And yet they don't have Spider-Man.
Oof. Or many other possible things coming to PlayStation.
My side hurts. My side hurts. Thanks, Moops.
You hate to see it. But, yeah, I think that's pretty much it for the Xbox, I think, right?
Yep.
We need to move on to the FGC, the Japanese FGC roundtable.
Yes.
Oh god,
Let's do it.
I'm getting PTSD.
All right, cool. First things first. Harada's the GOAT. I just wanted to say that.
Yep,
Yeah.
I agree.
For that roundtable, yeah, he was definitely the GOAT.
He made that worth watching. Ain't that some sad shit?
Mm-hmm.
Like even Harada understands how boring this shit is because ain't nothing going on. Only for him to turn around and be the reason why it was saved to begin with.
Which I will say, like, because I went back and watched like the other stuff that we couldn't understand. I will say that they were talking about some interesting things in that part.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, like you said, if Harada wasn't there to do those parts, it would have still been boring.
Yep.
Because he was really pointing out the points that they were talking about and talking really fully about why such things are happening versus what they didn't happen. For example, crossplay, and why that wasn't happening as much as people wanted it, and so on and so forth. And
why couldn't crossplay happen?
so at the time, they were talking to like the developers like Sony, Xbox, PC. They were talking to them, and at the time, everybody was like, "Yeah, sure, let's go with it," but nobody was actually doing anything about it to let it happen. Like the developers, like, "Okay, we're ready to go. Give us the go," but you're not giving us the go to things we need to do it. You're saying we can do it. You're not giving us the things to do it.
Hold on. Developers versus publishers.
Mm.
You're saying, or what are you? Sorry, are you saying that Sony and Microsoft were just like, yeah, let's go for it, but then didn't give the developers the means to do it?
Exactly. Like they're saying, sure, go nuts, but okay, help us then. What?
What do you mean we?
And then, of course, if you follow even before this, you know that Sony kind of was against it, really, to be honest, until like Microsoft and Nintendo was like, "Listen, we're doing this."
Yeah, but every time someone brings that up, I always want to bring back up that during the PS360 era, when Sony was just like, "Hey, this would be really good for our gamers," and then Xbox and Microsoft was just like, "Yeah, no."
I was about to bring that up.
We're not doing crossplay with you mongrels.
Mm-hmm.
So I just want to state for fairness, let's not act like Sony's the only guilty party here.
But they are the bigger guilty party when you look at what happened with Street Fighter V. Because they didn't even want crossplay on that aspect.
Yeah, but it's Street Fighter V, though. Come on.
No.
It has more crossplay than a lot of the other games.
It does.
They gotta have to get twisted their arm on that one, to be honest.
It did. It did. As I said that comment, I completely forgot that PC, they
kind of did it before.
You know, it's crazy. Fortnite actually had crossplay too.
Mm-hmm.
Fortnite has like the most crossplay. The only thing I think it's still missing is Sony.
No, now it has universal crossplay.
Yeah, it has universal.
Oh,
But-
really nice.
But when Fortnite was on the rise, they quote unquote accidentally had crossplay.
Mm-hmm.
But Sony had put a kibosh on that until it was official. They officially allowed it.
Mm-hmm. When people bring that up,
twisted.
but like when you bring that up, I literally thought to myself, be like, yeah, they did that, but I mean, Sony, it's a 5. What do you want?
yeah, Sony was being some assholes about it, but instead of them being assholes, I think they were just being petty assholes about it.
I can see that.
I can kind of see that too.
Not necessarily because Xbox, like Microsoft back then was just being assholes. But it's just like, oh, but now that Sony was ahead in the console wars, they're just like, oh, now the shoe is on the other foot, niggas on, and then they just said no to.
Well, and to be fair though, like on their side, like think about it. Your competitor wants to all of a sudden work with you now when you're ahead. Like, wouldn't you kind of be a little petty yourself?
Absolutely. Everyone would do that in a place of power.
Yeah.
Especially since you're winning and you don't want a chance for your opponent to win.
Because that's also like another thing I want to add to it is don't forget that and I'm not trying to do this to keep shitting on Xbox. I'm trying to state this as a fact. Xbox restarted the console war.
Mm-hmm.
Because what was it a lot of games had fucking multi-platform, you can get this on Xbox, you can get this on you can get this on 360, you could get this on PS3. Fucking the next generation consoles come out, it's like we're bringing 15 exclusives and 3 of them are playable.
Oh right, yeah. And then when I was brushing up on history, I think one really it made me surprised why this game was struggling to begin with, because they pulled this particular feat off, was that Soul Calibur 4 had different exclusives relative to their titles.
See, the problem with Soul Calibur 4 was that it wasn't marketed well.
I can tell.
Mm-hmm. Because, you literally, one of the biggest things that was supposed to be a big marketing standpoint, outside of the car, that it had Darth Vader and Yoda, was the fact that it was also supposed to be kind of crossing with another Star Wars game, which had the Star Killer in it. And he was also a big thing in Soul Calibur.
And see, and if you know very little about Star Wars like I do, you would know him as the Apprentice.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So, but that didn't go across in marketing. When you got the game, because honestly, when I got the game day one, I didn't know he was in the game. I was like, who is this?
The only thing I knew about the DLC for Soul Calibur 4 was that it had Yoda and Vader. I hadn't heard about Starkiller, and I only found out about Starkiller being in the game last year.
Mm-hmm. And that's just how poorly marketed that game was. And the only thing about the DLC, because it had the console exclusivity of Darth Vader PS3, Yoda, Xbox. And then later down the line, it was like, oh, you really want these characters? Well, you can buy them for the other console if you want them. But Starkiller was in both, and yet nobody still knew he was in both.
After he was already publicly known that he was in both.
That's kind of a big problem in that game, on top of a lot of things. And other kind of budgeting things that you can see kind of messed it in there. But that's a whole nother story itself.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. We're not even, Soul Calibur's not even supposed to be involved here.
Yeah. I mean, it
kind of was, yeah. Because we got Zetsuka, so.
But I brought it up way too early. We're not even talking about that right now. We was talking about.
I mean, there's not much of an order in regards to the roundtable, because it was Harada brought information that everybody else didn't. Case closed.
I didn't even care about the information that he brought. I just cared about the fucking pictures because he was making us laugh.
That was so funny.
That's all I really cared about right there. That was the best, because I can barely understand them. Juna and Mr. Murray were talking, but it's just their hearts wasn't in it.
No, you can definitely tell they were just kind of running by the numbers, because they knew there wasn't going to be much here. Now we'll say, what Max said, this technically still was a big thing for all these Japanese people to come together that, because that's just not what they do. But
even then they were still a little bit tight-lipped on what they had going on.
And honestly, if it wasn't for Arata doing his thing, I feel like they all felt kind of tight, not
awkward.
loosening up. Yeah.
Just real awkward, everybody was mad uncomfortable.
Yeah.
You could tell, they're not used to this at all.
Because I imagine it was something along the lines of if I say the wrong thing, then I'll be fired or something.
Exactly.
I can't give trade secrets.
Because they're like Japanese, man. They brutal.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Like literally, Hirata had to have been there, or else it would have been way worse.
The turnout wouldn't have been nowhere near as good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because like at the end, by the end it was passable. Because it was like so bad.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I really, like, as much as good information as it was, I feel like they should have kind of posted that whole, it's 45 minutes before whatever their announcements were, like way before that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, get people ready, because then you have people waiting that entire time.
Because the monsters was just sitting. They were under the impression that, okay, we're about to start. They're just like, hi, I'm with DOA. Drop this trailer.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what they thought was gonna happen. Just like, yeah, this is what we're doing. Roll the tapes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like literally everyone, myself included, was thinking like, okay, so we got all these companies. I was thinking like there might be like one or two that won't have like like footage or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
But like, they might, like, there's a chance they might bring or yeah, like I thought one or two won't have like anything to show, but everybody else is gonna come fucking prepared.
Mm-hmm.
And it was almost like the exact opposite.
Nobody was prepared except for Bandai Namco, pretty much, and a little bit of Arxis.
And a little bit of who?
Arxis.
No, yeah, the Bandai Namco and Arxis were definitely prepared. I was indifferent to like Capcom's involvement because like before the roundtable happened, they had also made their own announcement for their own trailer stuff.
Mm-mm. Which
So
I already
like,
told Mrmoopsy I'm not. They shouldn't have been there anyway then, because you're wasting time.
I can kind of see that, but I mean it also helps that they were like still willing to fucking like talk about like the rollback and all that stuff. So it's definitely good for them to still be in there for that.
I think I think on the panel, I think Capcom had just talked about more along the lines of their long-term plans.
Yeah.
Since they already announced that they were going to do a thing, it's just like, well, y'all know about that, so here's the other thing that we're working on over here. And you know that's pretty much it. We're hard at work. Like I wish this thing would end. We have a lot of work to do.
Which is why it's like, why are you here? You could have tweeted that.
And I mean, like they could have just also done what like Ishiwatari did. Basically,
He
like
bounced the fuck out.
He bounced the fuck out. They could have also done that. It's like, okay, we'll contribute to a few parts of this panels and then bounce.
Like literally, that's what they should have done. That whole entire 45-minute segment. The second that was done, go, just go.
Yeah.
Be gone. Like if you have really nothing to show, go. Be done with it.
Yeah, and then fucking make SNK and Koei Tecmo look like the biggest retards in the room. I mean, Game
Holy
Award.
Tecmo. It's, oh, God dang it. Mrmoopsy.
Just believe it.
I'm gonna have to find it first.
How far deep are we in?
Let's see, at least an hour and some.
Yeah, boom, there you go. Marked it for you.
An hour and some, okay.
I mean, yeah, it's a better chronological thing.
But I'll just type a thing on there while I'm thinking. But yeah, they shouldn't have even bothered to been there, in my opinion. Like, just tweet it out. That's it. And Koei Tecmo, oh my gosh.
They were one of the biggest wastes.
Koei Tecmo did look like a bunch of our gamer words. Oops. All right.
If I didn't do it first, you would have done it.
Keep it. All right. Like, yo, like you got an itchy trigger finger, dog. But yeah, like, I agree though. They go into this revolutionary ass event, and then what do? Our season passes on sale, guys.
Please play our game.
For a game we're not supporting anymore.
They're not supporting the game anymore. Then why would
No.
they?
No, not at all.
Nobody knows.
Literally,
Yo!
my thought process. I told Mrmoopsy this. This is the time they're gonna do the ultimate or whatever, like the DOA ultimate. They're gonna come out. They're gonna go big dick. It's like, hey, we're not supporting this game anymore because we have a new one. Instead,
We're
they
gonna
just
come up with super version. Yeah.
what DOA 6.2?
well, no,
Shit.
like because like what they did with DOA 5, they had DOA 5, and then they had DOA 5 Ultimate, and then they finally finished off with DOA 5 last round. So
Right.
I'm thinking to myself, okay, they've stopped doing things for DOA 6. This is where Ultimate comes into play. All right, cool, whatever. That's gonna be their announcement. Nope. Just like we have DLC, guys, and please play our game that we're not supporting anymore.
They just came off looking super desperate.
Like, why are you here?
And
Yeah.
like the lackluster ass presentation that they had for freaking Samurai Showdown is like, oh yeah, by the way, season 3 is gonna be a thing, I guess.
Which, to be fair, I think they shouldn't have released the trailer for the new girl yet. I think they shot themselves in the foot on that one.
Yeah.
They
But,
too
yeah,
early.
yeah. Yeah. If they didn't do that, it probably wouldn't have been as bad.
It would probably have turned out a little bit better because they would have had something to present to this legendary event.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not gonna call it legendary because it hardly qualifies.
It's revolutionary in theory.
Yeah.
It is not. It's like as far as like the presentation goes. Like yeah, it's like oh my god, I'm going to remember this for ages. But it is time. It's the first time where a bunch of people who typically keep everything to themselves were willing to come together and at least talk about their plans. It's just like niggas walking into therapy for the first time. Like it's okay.
I mean, yeah, because like in my eyes, it would have been a legendary event if it was what everyone was hoping that they would do.
Like if everybody got something out of it.
Yeah, like if you're here, you have a trailer
Yeah.
and at least one trailer.
Yeah. Like something hype, some content to take from it.
Yeah.
Right.
Instead, buy our DLC for our dead game.
And like instead, buy our DLC. Please buy our stuff. It's on sale. It's on sale. Won't you buy it, please?
Like, at least, the one thing I'll give Eureka, especially since they're the smallest out of all of them, is that at least they were saying what kind of time they were going to do the rollback thing for PS4. Because they already had it going for, like, Steam. But they were at least saying, like, oh, we're going to be doing this with PS4 around this time. Okay, cool. At least...
All right. That's not nothing. That's not nothing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And you're literally smaller than everyone else, and you've brought more than everybody else almost.
You were cutting off pretty bad, but we got your main point.
Yeah. That's it's like at least Eureka did something.
Something got done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Like,
go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna get to the actual good stuff.
No, yeah, go for it. Because all I was gonna say was like the worst one in that show should have been Capcom because they had already made their other announcement prior.
Yeah, that literally should have been the worst. There shouldn't have been no worse than that.
And it should have been what you said, like what we said. Like it should have been okay. We don't have much. We just contribute to the discussion, and then we bounce.
Mm-hmm. But nope. He's like, no, we got you guys. Let me one up this real quick. But no, then the actual good stuff started happening, starting off with Soul Calibur and the reveal of Setsuka, which I just started playing actually earlier today.
The community fucking exploded.
Yes, they did. Because yeah,
They were like content.
well, that too.
Well, not only was it just content. The content is great, but literally, you know how the monsters, the stream monsters, the Twitter monsters, they all got on there and they're like, okay, yo, if we don't get the thing that we want, we will riot.
Mm-hmm.
And Soul Calibur was the only people who got exactly
Mm-hmm.
to a fucking T, to the fucking dotted line. What
I will
exactly they
say
want.
I will also say Arxis because there was a reveal from Arxis that everyone was waiting for.
And we will get to that. We will get to that. We will get to that in a second.
Yeah, and I will when we get to that, I will slightly argue that point with what he's saying. I will slightly argue that point.
And but even then, like here we got Setsuka, and they're just like, yo, we want Setsuka. We will drop kick you if we don't get Setsuka. And they got Setsuka. They're just like, okay.
Yeah, I will agree with that.
There's like, we got Setsuka. Everything else is just a bonus. Everything else is just icing on the cake. But when they got that Setsuka, they're just like, oh my god, Setsuka. Why? Where are my boxes?
No.
Me?
No. They said that to themselves. I didn't.
No.
Whatever.
And yeah, like literally one of the 2 top requested characters for Soul Calibur, and we got one of them.
And like during COVID,
and she has a long ass story. Like that's a lot.
He has a long ass story during COVID.
And also we also got some good updates on that one too. Like Yoshi got a great new unblockable grab now. We got another grow chapter. Even though it's short, it's still something.
it's better. It's not nothing.
Yeah.
And but suffice it to say, I don't want to talk about Soul Calibur balance updates right now.
Yeah, I mean it's just coming out. To be honest,
it's just the one thing. The one thing that I will add to is just that Yoshimitsu is actually Yoshimitsu now. I feel. Because there's much more. There's much more to it than the unbreakable grab. But the whole Yoshimitsu game plan has been upgraded. And that's all I'm adding. Let's move on.
Well, I was also just gonna slightly touch on the
quit slightly touching shit.
just slightly touch, just a little bit. But just the other costumes, like the Tekken costumes, getting crossed over as well.
Yeah, that dude, nobody even expected that.
No, not at all. It caught everybody off guard.
And it's a surprise, but a welcome one, to say the least.
Absolutely, it's one of those things where like nobody was asking for this, but we'll gladly accept it.
Like people weren't even thinking about that. Just like, yo, what if we took more Tekken content and put it over here?
Let's do it.
Like six months ago, you get laughed out of the room for asking something like that.
Because people will probably get flashbacks for fucking Heihachi and Soul Calibur too.
He wasn't that bad in 2, was he?
Well, he was bad, but not in the bad like he was broken.
But he was, yo, how you gonna come into this weapon master game with your fists?
Which is so ironic because Devil Jin was broken.
Yeah, and he was broken in 5 too. Which is like, how you come in here? Weapon-based fighting game with your fists.
Fucking Devil Jin's like, what are you gonna do about it?
No, man.
Man, they should have added a Gigas bodysuit for Ivy.
No. That's it. It'd be ironic. Somebody high tier actually looking like this.
No, they add the bodysuit, the real tight ass bodysuits for every character except Talon and Amy.
Hell yeah.
No,
Not for them. Not for them.
Except for them. No, they don't get that DLC.
And Tira too.
And Tira 2. What? And Tira 2? Really?
Tira's 14.
What?
Yeah.
What are they putting in the milk?
If you ain't legal, we ain't interested.
Like, she doesn't come legal until Soul Calibur 5.
But we're in Soul Calibur 6.
Soul Calibur 6 is between 1 and 3.
5's one of the worst.
Send help.
Yeah, like, until 5, a lot of people don't become legal.
Okay, alright, cool. Not Tira either.
Yeah, none of that.
Now that I've been given the good news.
You're always watching your back, buddy.
Yo,
Back off, cops.
like, yo, you really keeping me from getting canceled out here, dog.
I'm not saying, yep, we've hit all the little ones, so yeah, everybody else, we're good to go.
All right, cool. This is good. But yeah, that Tekken DLC is just like, okay, yeah, all right.
I like it.
But you know what's crazy about it? On top of all of that, it looks a hell of a lot better than all the other DLCs.
Mm-hmm.
Like the customization DLCs that they added in, the only ones that looked like worth using was like the glowing flame suit.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good one.
That's a damn great one, isn't it? And then the Tekken stuff. Everything else just looks silly. Everything it looks gaudy. It looks like it doesn't look good.
One of my biggest problems with a lot of them is because they look oversized.
Yeah, they look oversized on everybody.
Hmm. And to be honest, they're technically assets from the older games, specifically 5, like the cat suit and stuff. That's been there since 5. Yeah, I know, right? It's a 5 thing. Don't worry about it.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh no, you can go ahead.
I was saying. I mean, it's good that they're like, yo, for a game that almost didn't happen, like Soul Calibur 5 and 6.
Mm-hmm.
I know both of those games almost didn't happen.
For
They
different reasons.
Doesn't matter. It still didn't almost happen, right? But for the game to be in such a dangerous state like that,
mm-hmm.
they are making them assets work, ain't it?
Harada told Akubo, "You better make that shit work."
They are getting mileage out of them assets, ain't they?
They really are.
Yep.
So you better take $1 in a dream, make it happen.
Oh, that's right. Another thing about the Soul Calibur update, I think it'll be good to move on after this.
Mm.
Okay.
But two things, right?
Mm.
So they changed particular settings to where if you play somebody and they have like a custom outfit on, there's a setting that you can have then that can refer to default.
Oh, I thought you were going to talk about how it doesn't break anymore.
That was the second one, but I really like that one too.
Mm-hmm. I
really love that one. I would have played Soul Calibur a lot more if it wasn't for that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, you can set your custom outfits to never break, and you can also set customs off for ranked and casual matches.
Mm-hmm.
Which I think is really good because no more going up against giant dicks in rank.
Which they actually did that before this update. These people didn't realize it.
they did, but then why is it in the patch notes then?
I don't know. Maybe they refined it because I do think it had some bugs to it. It was still getting like some people
like they were working on it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's actually a very good thing that they did something like that because I know a lot of people were like hitbox issues. Ah! So now the creative people can play their other creative people, and the people who actually want to actually play the game can do their thing.
And then there's me.
He just doesn't care.
I only have really 3 customs now. I deleted all the other ones. I have 2 Pride Yoshis, then I have a Trans Pride Yoshi.
Any particular reason why?
If I stream, I just use those exclusively on stream.
Fair enough. That's cool though. I still have like 1 billion.
Yeah, I just wipe the whole slate clean on that. Just whatever I customize in the future, I'll just make from scratch again. That month I forgot how to use all the characters that I was using.
Mm-hmm.
So since I'm just a Yoshimitsu player now, I just have a couple Yoshi customs and just rock with that.
Mm-hmm. Fair enough. But I guess we can move on from the Soul Calibur then.
To Dragon Ball.
Not just yet. Because there's nothing there. But
yeah, I was gonna say.
I guess we move on to Tekken, which I should have put a skit on there, but
You can just break the audio apart and then just put the skit there.
well, like because it was for the bingo thing.
Oh,
And
the big. Oh, you mean the? Oh, was it the Japanese game show where somebody won? They're just like,
no, like on the bingo card, like for those who don't know, like I was streaming the thing with Mrmoopsy and his friend, and I made a bingo card for it. So where if anything happened, we would mark it off the card, and if we got a bingo or something, I would do something for the stream or whatever. Suffice to say, none of it got happened almost.
Like you always had enough for like almost one row.
Yeah. Like if I had put a certain ones in a row, we might have almost had a bingo. Because, for example, one of them was the announcement of Kunimitsu.
hey, fucker, that wasn't confirmed.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like on the card,
Okay.
one of them on the card was the announcement of Kunimitsu June or Shueiwei. Like if that was announced, that would have been hit on the bingo card.
Who the fuck is Chihuahua?
The Taekwondo chick that everybody was talking about from the second mobile game.
They gave her a name
Yeah, she had a name.
to avoid that mix up. I'm like, yo, who the fuck is June now?
He's just gonna be like, really?
Hey, really fight me right now.
Turn on Soul Calibur.
Then they another one I had, of course, on the other side was the announcement of Kiryu Kazuma. Which neither of those happened. Well,
Obviously.
technically, we don't know it happened, but there's a chance Kunimitsu might have been announced. But we don't know that yet.
But she's the highest probability.
Exactly. But yeah, there was like stuff like that on the bingo card, and like I think only like 4 of them actually got hit.
There was, yeah, four of them. That wasn't the free space. Yeah.
Yeah. I literally had a free space. Let's just sink that in, and I still didn't get a bingo. But on the trailer, well, before the skit and everything, like they were showing that more new moves are coming. Which I have to correct myself on one thing about the Howrong Hop Kick. It's actually a move that Bakuto-san had that they're giving him.
Yeah, which was completely unnecessary.
Very much unnecessary. But I guess it is what it is.
Everybody.
How can we make all wrong worse?
You mean better?
Like,
Well, worse for everyone else.
yeah, for everyone else.
True. Just like, yeah, give him fucking Beck's Raha kick. We didn't need that.
He really didn't need that. And that's going to be a pain in the ass when that starts coming up. And then they gave Kazumi Kazuya's 442. Interesting. I don't understand that one, especially since he already has kind of a 442. But no, that's gonna be about.
She needs a second one, Jazz.
It's gonna be weird input. I just know it is. And then they gave Julia some kind of knockdown kick, which I really hope they give her more than that. Like, I'm just gonna say this now. Like, for new moves, Julia's seems kind of whack. Because her, like, sidestep 4, it nobody uses it, ever. Like, it literally took the place of something that was much better, to be honest. Which is her, like, her standing 4. And the other move, her grab, is a 1+2, and it's easy to break if you know what's coming, because she always does the little dash thing, and then she grabs you, and there's literally a good time in order to break that grab. And those are the only 2 like new moves she really got, which is kind of like nobody uses these moves. This is whack. Not to say that made her better or worse. I mean, she's still a good character. Even though I still think people should lap her instead of saying she's broken.
Oh, I was gonna say, like, a lot of people were saying that she is in fact busted.
See, and I just think people do not lab. That's the problem when it comes to Julia. You don't lab the character. Like, for one thing, what is one thing that everybody complains about Julia with? Party Crasher. You know
That's
you
that.
can
That's
literally
the.
jab that out, right? What's up?
Oh, I'm sorry. I was thinking. I wouldn't. You said Party Crasher. I was thinking Mad Axis.
Oh no, not Mad Axis. That's the grab.
Mad Axis is the grab. Okay, then never mind. I was talking about that low high that she has.
Low, high.
The move, like the 2-hit move. That's a low high that you have to duck.
I'm trying to think of what that is. I'm really trying to think of what that is. Low, high. I'll probably think of it later. But no, like the big one is like Party Crasher, which is the elbow move.
Right.
It's like, oh, I can't deal with it. She always does it and whatnot. You do know that that's -13 when she does that, right? Like every time she does that, she's -13. Just jab her out. But nobody seems to want to do that.
If memory serves, I think you can. I think Yoshimitsu can flash that,
Yes, you can.
and I think I did that in the guide too.
Mm-hmm. It's like the moves that people keep saying, oh, it's such a problem. It's like, if you just labbed a little bit, you would know those aren't problematic moves. You're just letting her get away with shit. There's other moves she can that are problematic moves. I'll give you that, but not that one.
It'd be like that. I don't know what you. I don't know what you want. I don't know what you want out of them, man. People don't lab no more.
They really don't.
Because why lab when you can complain?
Exactly.
So like, you know what, man? Just take the character out of the game, dog. Just
Somebody literally, I went on Main Man's thing, and I feel like somebody literally just said that. Like, I'm glad he didn't put her in like the list of 20 characters for Tekken 8. Just take her out of the game. It's like, okay.
her and Michelle are OGs, right? That ain't happening.
Yes, they are OGs. Technically, like Michelle's an OG, and then Chang takes over. You know, we get you.
Chang family stuff you wouldn't understand, obviously, because you don't lab me.
But yeah, they're OGs. Like, it wasn't until literally Tekken 7 the first time a Chang wasn't there.
Right.
Um,
Yeah. But you know, people will complain about anything. It's just like, yo, wait, hold on. You mean to tell me I have to work hard to be good at this game?
Let me go to the internet and complain.
Like, yo, like in this, it's fucked up because all that time that they spent complaining, they could have been spent labbing. Then the next time they go against that character, they just body that character free.
Mm-hmm. It's funny how that works.
I don't know, dog. I don't know, bro. Whenever I ran into a problem, I took it to the lab. Yeah, and you know what's fucked up about that? I think the person who was mentoring me even for a little bit was the reason why I do the shit so much now.
Hmm.
And that's Reason.
Reason's cool.
Reason is great. Reason is probably the reason why I'm good now and why my friends don't play against me no more. Excluding you two.
Yeah. You beat the shit out of everybody else.
That's it. That's exactly it. You want to know why I beat the shit out of everybody else? Say it with me, Jazz. Say it with me. The lab!
I was just to say, it's the lab?
It wasn't no like firstborn superiority type shit, nigga. I went to the lab and trained the shit. Well, you think this shit's natural? No, I work hard for the shit.
But I was actually gonna ask you that because you, the Yoshi person, is there any new move like kind of thing you would want for Yoshi?
No, I'm not. I'm far too much of a student of Soul Calibur to say, oh man, he needs this move. There really ain't nothing new that he would need. I can't tell you that. I don't have an answer for that. You'd probably be better off asking Boom, maybe. Boom or Signia or one of those guys.
Fair enough. No, because I was thinking for Julia, and honestly, she has a pretty good tool set, to be honest. So anything that would add, well, hopefully anything that would add, be very nice, especially if it's a low. But yeah, I can't think of anything I would like to like. She needs this. Give her the drop kick back.
She'd be baller as shit with that. All jokes aside, I think she'd be cool with that.
I would definitely pay money for that one. Well, I don't think you've played him enough, but is there anything you want Kazuya to have, Moops?
Yeah, it's like you said. I haven't played him enough. Let alone have anything memorized.
I'm sorry, you were talking about Tekken Yoshi.
Yes.
I answered that as if I was playing Soul Calibur Yoshi. You know what would be a really good implementation?
What's that?
If they not necessarily replaced, if they gave Tekken Yoshi Soul Calibur Yoshi's personality.
No. That'd be quite a change.
It would be, but I think it'd be a good change because it really mixes him up some. He still retains the same style.
Mm-hmm.
I just think that would also be. I think that would be cool.
So, what if I could compromise you on something?
Okay.
What if instead of quote giving him his personality, they gave him his armor set?
For the next Tekken game?
Well, for like season 4.
Damn, that would be fucking hot, bro. I'm gonna be real. Damn, that's good. That's good. I wouldn't be against it.
Because I can feel like that would probably be more what would happen if they did anything with Yoshi like that. Like, because we already have the Tekken costumes in here, why not just transfer it over, right?
Right. Yeah, I got you, dog. Yeah, that doesn't sound like a bad idea at all, actually.
I'm trying to think. Oh, now tell me what y'all think about this, because I think people are kind of looking too much into it. Then again, I'm skeptic about her coming back anyway. But a lot of people are like taking those quotes to heart, like saying it's like not, it's more than just like, oh, COVID's happening, blah blah blah, such and so forth. Everybody's working hard still, blah blah blah, whatever. They're taking the quotes that were said in the trailer and thinking that it's like saying maybe June is coming back.
If COVID wasn't happening, I'd be more inclined to believe it. If COVID was the reason, if COVID wasn't so prominent, I'd say, you know what, June might be coming back, dog. But given COVID and everything like that, I'm gonna remain skeptical. But I'm remaining skeptical about everything.
What about you, Moops?
I mean, there's a chance. I'm not gonna deny it entirely, because like, they had to have made those trailers with like something in mind, right? They couldn't have just been like, "What do you think sounds poignant? I don't know this. Okay, works for me," and then they just fucking call it a day. That said, you do kind of have to wait and see, because a lot of times people can like take like an image of something, and then in their minds it just means something entirely different, you know? Like they're filling in the blanks that they want to hear rather than than what it actually is.
I can agree with that.
So there's a chance, because like the whole shadow thing, I told this to Jazz, I think, during the roundtable, that there's a chance that they could be talking about unknown, since there was all like this emphasis of shadow and shit.
But why would you think it'd be unknown when it could be June, when they're talking about the light and the darkness and shit?
Okay, well, it's like it could be one of those two because of the whole light and darkness thing. Because it was like earlier that week, I had seen some footage on like the different bosses from all the Tekken games, and like it reminded me about how like in Tekken Tag 2 they had like the whole June transformation thing boss fight, where like, you know, one round she starts off as June, then the next she goes into unknown. So that kind of like struck a chord with me about the whole concept of light and darkness. But like I'm also saying, I could just be making like a real flimsy connection in my own mind.
Which is, I think a lot of people are too, because like going off of that as well, like a lot of people are thinking it means something else because it has Kazuya in the background, which is kind of weird to have him there and saying that.
Yeah, because I mean, technically, that whole Light and Darkness thing could also work for Kazumi.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, I think they just put Kazuya there because he is the main character of the game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it's like it could be any number of things. There's nothing that we really have that's more concrete, and they didn't really set up anything, so that it leaves it open to like you guys figure it out. They love to tease shit, but they never love to give us like a roadmap for these things.
Mm-hmm. Which is what I think too. But yeah.
Nah. I think there would be nothing greater than for June to come back to the game, or Unknown for that matter, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like I know I give you shit about your character not being in the game, but to have your character be in the game, it's just nothing. It's just nothing short of awesome.
Yeah, that shit's great.
Mm-hmm.
It's just given the track record. It may be unknown come back from the dead or some other weird shit.
Let it be known now, I'll take both. I don't care. I'd rather have June, but I'll take Unknown.
Let it be known that I want Rugal back in King of Fighters.
Maybe you'll get lucky, like something that happened earlier today, which we'll get to in a bit.
Yeah.
But I think the last thing, I guess, we're pretty sure it's Kunimitsu, right? Like, there's not going to be anybody else.
Yeah, there's a low chance it's not.
Low chance it ain't. Yeah, a lot of people. Oh man, don't talk about that in the Yoshi Discord, please.
Why?
Man, there are so many people that are just horny for her. I mean, myself. Like, but I'm putting my skepticism in it. I'm just like, it could be. You know what I mean?
You don't want to set yourself up for failure, is what you're saying.
Yeah, like I don't want to be like, obviously it's her, but then it's not her. Like we've been saying since season 2, man, Kiryu Kazuma needs to be in this game, and here we are about to be at season 4, and we still ain't got him yet.
And then fucking everybody started interjecting, fucking like, man, Tifa needs to be in this game.
Yeah, like Tifa for Tekken 7, Guts for Tekken 7, and just like, the hype is, it's getting a little out of hand.
Because we fabricate our own shit.
I mean, Negan didn't help with that.
He doesn't. He really doesn't. Because he thought it's like, oh, Akuma's in. That's cool, you know, because cross Tekken and all that stuff. And then fucking Geese makes it in. It's like, holy shit, that's amazing. Then Noctis makes it in. How? He's not even a fighting game character. Then Negan makes it in. It's like, all hell broke loose.
Literally, it's just like they kept one-upping themselves. Like, oh yeah, they got some competition in Street Fighter and Tekken. Okay, Geese, wow.
Next is gonna be like George Washington or something.
He's actually a real-life person.
That's dead.
Which technically they have done, because Harada's technically in the game.
Well, but wait, because I thought you were talking about like Soul Calibur.
No. But yeah. Although when you were saying like the horny on your Discord, I was thinking of the Tekken Tag 2 art where she's in the watermelon bikini.
Yeah, that's the fucked up thing about it is everybody keeps bringing that image up.
How do you spell Kunimitsu?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, like you got to understand. There's someone in the Yoshi Discord who has been making Yoshi porn.
Oh jeez.
No, it's great. She's great at it. It's hot, but that doesn't change nothing. Like that's just how dedicated to the character we are.
No, I'll be glad when she does come in. I already said on my one of my videos that if any one of those 3 came in, I would do content for them. So whenever that comes out, I'll be happy for it.
Not me. I won't be happy.
You don't want to play her?
No, it's not that I don't want to play. It's just like I got to go back to the lab.
Fair enough. It's true.
Pick up my old beaker.
The Yoshimitsu Discord is going to get even bigger. Just God damn it.
Fair enough.
Yeah, we did decide that if Kunimitsu does officially get announced, we're going to make a whole section for it too. So
Nice.
yeah, so that'll be three different character tabs.
Who's the other one?
Yoshimitsu for Soul Calibur.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're fused and they're the same character, so we just kept them in the same Discord.
Gotcha. Makes sense. But I think that was, well, I mean, other than like the date, which I mean, it can be literally be like from September to October for fall.
But Mr. Murray did say that there was like that's not mutually exclusive. They are going to have some balance updates in the meantime.
Yeah, like some small things here and there. Which I mean, come on, let's get Fakurum in place for God's sakes.
I was about to yell, fix the hitbox.
That's just disgusting.
I think he deserves a bear hitbox.
Really, with his damage and his reach.
A bear hitbox?
You want to give him a bear hitbox where it's almost hard to hit him in combos.
Okay, all right. I'm sorry. When I was saying bear, I was thinking more along the lines of bigs.
Oh, yeah, because bear hitboxes are funky when it comes to certain combos.
That's because their legs are funky.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. When you said give him a bear hitbox, like, wait a minute.
Yeah, I misspoke like a champ. I know.
Make it the championships.
Yeah, I misspoke on that. But
So you mean like a Gigas hitbox?
Yeah, like a Gigas or a Marduk hitbox.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because I was like, you said, but like, what?
That's the worst.
You think he's banned in Pakistan now?
You're not even allowed to say his name.
So don't mention those words. What words? Fuck. Support him now.
But no, I think that's it for Tekken. Now we can move on to Guilty Gear.
Yeah.
Which is where I was going to slightly fight you on that one, because, I mean, if we're going by the character that's most requested, it'd be Biken.
Well, the only reason I say that, like, the samurai dude was, it's a super Japanese name, I can't remember it.
It's Nagori Yuki.
Yeah, that's it is.
Naguri Yuki. Can you write it down? Because I'm going to forget.
God damn it, man. Shit.
Oh, I'm sorry, have you not met my memory before? Is
Yeah.
yours just as bad as mine?
No, mine's is a lot better than yours. Mine's a lot better than Jazz's in some cases. Like I have better memory than Jazz outside of anything related to Jade Empire.
No.
Yeah, I went there.
But, as we talk about the bear hitboxes, though.
Yeah, but that wasn't a memory issue. That was just literally me saying like the wrongest thing possible.
But, like, the reason why I say that he was the most, like, requested is in the sense of, like, people wanted to know, like, people were asking, tell us more about this guy for, like, the longest time. And I'm not saying it wasn't warranted. I'm just saying that people have been asking him for like, more info on this new dude.
Yeah, because like, what the hell happened? And he's changed, because when we first saw him, both swords were out. This time he only has the one.
Maybe that's part of his, like, his ultimate.
Which I don't know if it is, because we saw that the whole blood thing, his sword gets bigger. Then again, it could change. It's died like he's out.
Yeah. But, like, the reason why I say it could be part of, like, his ultimate, because, like, they'll pull some, like, funky ass shit during, like, the instant kills. Like, fucking, you got May putting a dude inside a cannon.
But there was him, and then there was Leo, or as we call it, deemed him as Leo Claus.
He's gotta get the right colors.
I wonder if he'll have him.
Oh my god, I would so hope so. I mean, like, I don't even know if I'm gonna get this next Guilty Gear. I ended up buying the other two Guilty Gears after the original, after XR.
Mm-hmm.
I ended up buying the other two because like they were on sale.
I got Rev 2 because of Biking, and that was it. And honestly, I've already stated out the fact that if Biking's not in this one, I'm not even gonna bother looking at it.
I have no idea. Like, I guess for me, it's they'd have to bust out like Justice. They have to bust out Justice for me to get interested.
Good fucking luck with that.
I know. That's why.
I would pick up Guilty Gear for Nagoriyuki.
You and a lot of people seem to be really interested in this character.
Like Twitter loves him, and I got nothing against the dude, but his moveset doesn't appeal to me.
Well, I mean, granted, my main's in other fighting games. It kind of all falls in line.
Yeah.
It does, yeah.
You gotta have Biking in there so we can have samurai battles.
And then I just come in with some big ass sword.
Biking's a lady, right?
Yes, she is.
Yep.
Okay.
She's the big titty one arm sword lady.
Yep.
The blonde, right?
No,
No.
pink hair.
Pink hair.
You've seen her before, trust me.
Yeah.
I've seen some hentai or some dojins. I think I know what I'm looking for.
Yep. She's also got an eye patch.
Yes.
Yeah.
But, once she comes out, I'll actually really be looking at Guilty Gear Strive. Like, I tried the beta just to try it, to be honest. And of course, I wasn't impressed due to a lot of things.
Yeah.
But outside of that, like, this game really isn't on my radar, really. Like, the rollback and all that stuff is nice, and I'll look forward to how that turns out for them. But as a game itself, I don't care. And when was the next reveal? In August? Or September?
October,
that's what it was. But like outside, like maybe if they show something there, maybe I'll be like, ah, shit, let's get into some Guilty Gear then. But yeah, because even when I played it, it didn't feel like the greatest. Like I don't know if I remember showing you Mrmoopsy, but there was literally a combo with May just pressing one button. Like literally just forward forward punch.
Oh my god.
And I got like almost half health. It's like, this is so dumbly simplified. It's insane.
Like an auto combo or something.
It wasn't an auto combo at all. I just literally pressed forward and punch. That was it. It didn't. It's just one punch.
The way you make it sound, it's almost like it basically is an auto combo.
It sounds like it. It was not.
I promise you.
I was literally doing the same thing over and over and over again, and got almost half health.
Like, did it change, or was the guy just an idiot and not blocking?
It changed because literally they have the wall splat mechanic thing, and because he splatted on the wall, I could just keep doing it until the wall broke.
Oh, wow, that sounds so dumb.
I'm just gonna keep doing this, and technically, there have been people who've like stopped doing it before the wall breaks, so they can still get them at the wall and try to do it again.
Ah, Jesus Christ! This wall mechanic sounds like the worst thing that they could have made.
It definitely was not balanced well. Because, like, well, on the one hand, like, people didn't like it at first because they thought it broke momentum, which is not good in the Guilty Gear or anime game, period.
No.
But at the same time, they found a way around it to kind of break the system. So it's like, it's bad if you do, bad if you don't. And that's definitely one thing that I'm sure, like, a ton of people talked about in their survey. Like, a ton of people. But, like, yeah, this new Guilty Gear, I know they're trying to go for, like, quote, simpler, so new people can get into it, which, to be honest, is, in my opinion, I've always been on the Mac side of things. Just make it cool. Just make it awesome looking.
I would also say, especially for anime fighters, because those are notoriously difficult. So to make it simpler, like, fucking, it's a miracle Marvel vs. Capcom 3 was able to do it.
And even then, I would still argue that it still looked cool to bring people in more than the simplification of it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. The whole the comic book aesthetic is definitely what propels it. All I'm saying is that like they had made it just simple enough so that it still has complexities, and it doesn't fucking make it doesn't become like a dumb button mash fest.
But yeah, I'm just not that interested in the new Guilty Gear right now. Which, granted, there's still a long way to go before it actually comes out. So we'll see if something changes.
You're just hoping something better.
Yeah. But I think outside of that, I think that was it for a roundtable.
For the roundtable, yeah.
Harada's the goat.
Harada's the goat. Now, would you want this to happen again as an improved thing?
Yeah.
Because I know you don't like it, but at the same time, I want to still point out the fact it's the first time this has happened.
Right, of course.
Yeah, I'd say so long as everybody who's a fan of their respective Japanese fighting game, and then so long as that everybody involved and the fans of it can walk away with something. Fuck yeah. The most enthusiastic fuck yeah. I'm just saying, like you can't judge them from the very first time they do it so harshly. If you ask me, because it's like if you it would be like judging yourself off the first time you started up a new game. You're just like, man, I'm awful at this new game I've never played before. Yeah, no shit. Give me 100 hours.
I would even like go even further of a thing, saying that the first time anyone actually makes any content.
Yeah, like making content can be really fucking difficult,
especially nowadays.
So I would honestly say I would give it another chance if they did this again. Nah, if it's about as bad as it was before.
No,
I'm in the doubts.
No. I'd say give them a few more, at least 3.
I give them 2 more.
Three strike system on this.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah,
because it's like this one was just like put together like last minute, so it's like of course it's not gonna be great. And like there's some stuff you can point out, sure, but yeah, it's like you get your first strike, and then there's the one where like hopefully everything's back to normal for like most countries, and then they get to try it like properly to try and see like if they could do like an organized version, and if they can't do that 2 more times, then yeah, fuck it.
Yeah, about the same. But I think that's it for the round table. And now we can talk about the news today. SF5.
And big news today. Someone in this chat is particularly excited.
Jesus, if you had told me this was gonna happen today, I would have said you were a fucking liar.
It's like if I made you $1,000 bet,
I might have done it.
I know you had uploaded a video of your reaction to it, Jazz, and I know a TLDR for it, but I want you guys to talk about it, man.
Oh, I greatly want to hear Jazz talk about it. Like I'll help him with like all the other characters, but it's like when the time comes, I want Jazz to go off by himself.
But yeah, let's start off from the beginning, literally, with the first character reveal.
Yeah.
Which was.
One thing I also want to say is like after the conference ended, I told Jazz, don't look at any trailers or like don't look at any news about the characters. Watch the thing yourself.
Which is funny because I literally just got home. I was like, "What are you talking about?"
Yeah, it was like I told him like don't watch any don't watch any news or footage or anything like that. Just watch it yourself. And and then I also love the reaction you sent me. Also, yay!
Like man's cannot compute.
No. His brain broke for a second, and like it came out as that message. But okay, so we'll start from the very beginning because I was watching this with Jen as it was happening.
Now, Dan,
So-
who would have thought they would have been willed into existence?
Nice meme. By a certain blonde-haired someone who recently became a father. Congratulations, by the way.
Yes, congratulations.
Can we not say his name?
No.
I want to keep it vague just for the meme.
Oh, okay, we're memeing. All right, cool.
Yeah.
I'm like, whoa, what's going on? Why
Does he hate us?
We are now beefing with that. No.
We are gonna lose.
I'm like, yo, when did this person get disavowed? When did this happen?
I mean, like for the record, though, it's like if someone would be disavowed, he'd do it to us.
Oh, God,
Yeah.
100%.
That'd be it for us then, nigga. Like, we
Oh, hell yeah. But like, I figured because like this is something I had been asking Jazz and Jen prior. My thing was like, what if like they brought back in Dan post Street Fighter V, like after all the good shit came out, and it was like they just dropped him in as like as the worst character in the roster, worse than Fang,
Jeez.
as he should be, but they gave him to us for free. Like that was always the hypothetical I would pose to Jess and Jen. And then when they showed Dan, I was like, this has to be a troll. This fucking has to be this kid. He cannot be the next character.
Dude, does anybody like Dan?
That's the weird thing. Apparently people do.
Yeah, apparently people love Dan.
I couldn't have fooled me. Anybody who follows Street Fighter V on the internet, it's just like, yo, who the fuck wanted Dan back?
Well, cause see, that's the thing, right? Like, that's the mentality of it because like he's famously like like one of the worst characters and a joke character.
Right.
Like he's literally just meant to be like the literal definition of a slot waster.
Right.
The big problem, and this is something I seriously told Jen, is that when they were like showcasing Dan, I was like, you know what the problem is? Like why we're in this situation? Because Street Fighter 4 made Dan playable.
Oh, they made him somewhat viable, and that's where stuff at.
Yeah, they made him like as a legitimate choice. Whereas like in every other game he was in, it's just like if you're picking Dan, you're gonna lose.
Well, not necessarily in Alpha 2. He was actually okay in that game. Then again, in CVS 2, if you found out the broken shit, he was actually hilarious.
I think are you talking about like the infinite Shoryuken?
Yeah, the infinite. That was hilarious.
Yeah, I found out about that like watching Bax's videos.
I actually did. That's actually very funny.
But no, yeah, I was like super like I was in shock. Like that fucking like if you remember some old memes where like some dude's like fucking can't wrap his head around some information he's just heard and like he's in a bar. That was me. And yeah, I thought for sure it was just like, God damn it, Street Fighter 4, you're pissing me off again.
I found it hilarious.
Like I would have found it funnier if it was like the way I presented it, because now it's like, well, great, now we have Dan in the roster. He's taking up someone else's good spot.
Now, I would have been a little bit on your side if it was just the three outside of the big one. I would have been a little bit more on your side because it's like, nah, that's kind of whack.
Yeah. But like I was also saying, you know, it's like it's fucking Street Fighter 4's fault for making it unplayable. But I mean, like it is what it is, and if you like Dan, I mean, I'm weirded out, but okay, cool.
Get your taunts.
Although I will say it is interesting how they're trying to like make his taunts actually even more useful.
Hmm.
Because like they apparently do have like some sort like they do have some impact to them.
Hmm.
And I mean like overall it's just like it's Dan, you know, I don't care.
About the same. It's Dan. He's there.
And Max knew all along. Just kidding.
I mean, it really does look that way.
I was just gonna meme that for like the longest time. Also, I saw like a tweet earlier today that he like someone was saying, you know, they were showing the picture of Dan being in Street Fighter V, and like the whole the Dan what are they called again? The retrospectives.
Dan Legacies.
Yeah, the legacies. And someone was asking, what does Max know? And he says like, fucking Wolverine will be in Smash.
And then like right under that, Kenny was like, "Don't you mean Sub-Zero?"
And I mean, yeah, like moving on from Dan because he's like not important.
Then there was Kenny Omega.
I mean, I did like his shirt, so I'm willing to talk about it.
I dead ass thought. I saw that part of your reaction, Jazz. I dead ass thought they were putting Kenny Omega in.
A part of me thought the same thing.
I'm like, okay, like if Negan can be in Tekken, Kenny Omega could definitely be a Street Fighter, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because I mean, because like what wrong could come from that? Mr. Omega likes Street Fighter V, right? Mm-hmm. He likes playing the game.
Mm-hmm.
So why What'd you say, Moops?
I was saying, doesn't Kenny Omega use Alex?
Yes,
I think so.
Yeah.
But to be Kenny Omega in the game, Kenny Omega's pretty cool, man. Like it wouldn't be the worst move of all. He's just like, yes, look behind me. I will reveal the next character to you. But then he goes around and then he turns to the smallest little contraption there. Like did he struggle to move the chair? All right, okay, yeah. Then he opens up this little thing. Then he reveals a. You guys do it.
Oh, Rose.
That's right. Steven Universe is in the game. Just kidding.
But slightly going back to Eddie's point, like it would have been like another like thing of like having quote celebrity in your game. Because, like, you have, like, Negan, of course, with Jeffrey Dean Morgan, then Ronda Rousey's voice for Sonya. And then it's just like, oh, we got our celebrity person, in Kenny Omega.
That's actually true.
It's like, all right.
Yeah, I can dig it.
I mean, shit. Yakuza 7, I know it's unrelated. Yakuza 7's getting an English dub, and it has another celebrity in it.
Didn't one of them have Michael Jackson? Or something that was like Michael Jackson.
Michael Jackson was in Ready to Rumble boxing. way back when. He moonwalked on niggas there too.
So it's like, I mean, if it happened, I'd be like, all right, par for the course. Here we go.
Yeah, at least make him an Alex costume.
I mean, okay. I'd be down with that.
Yeah, that works too. That also works too.
Yeah, but I mean that as the bare minimum.
You know, like you said, Rose. He brought out a Rose, which means Rose is coming to Street Fighter V. I am wondering if she's coming out with her normal costume or the one they showed in that card on the website or whatever.
Yeah,
kind of made it look like a bitchy little. Like, I'm trying to think of the word.
Bitch.
Bitchy little bitch. But no, like, she just kind of looks like that. And I do want to, because we were talking earlier about, like, the costumes and stuff. And apparently there is a nostalgia costume coming. But, like, when you look at the roster, they kind of all have some form of nostalgia costume.
Yeah, because what I was telling Jazz is that either they're going to have an alternate costume, like, because if you see Rose in the story bits, she has like a different look to her.
Mm-hmm.
But it also says in the roadmap that they also got costumes coming along with their release. So any one of those could be a nostalgia costume. Kind of like when Seth came out.
Mm-hmm.
So that other nostalgia costume, I think, is meant for somebody else.
Mm-hmm. It's like, who?
I mean, maybe they're trying to fix Ken's face again.
No. Third time's the charm, right?
From what I remember, people liked his Alpha costume, though.
His face is still fucked. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting. To be honest, like once again, I have no attachment to Rose. I know somebody who does, and they were happy she's back.
Yeah, good for them.
Yeah, and I think at that point, I think people were figuring out that another character that was highly requested wasn't coming back. At least from what I was told from another person.
I think if it's the person I'm thinking of, they were salty as fuck.
Oh yes, they were very salty as fuck. But I was trying to tell them it's not over. There's still one more character. But
and we'll get to that.
Yeah.
I have my own thoughts on it, or at least like I agree with like a person who shared their thoughts.
Mm-hmm. But for those who were wondering what the other character I'm talking about, it's a Viper.
Or Makoto.
Or Makoto. Although more people I think were asking for Viper than Makoto.
Good for them.
And just remember, Makoto also falls into the range of Tira and the others. So keep your dirty mind out.
I was never into Makoto anyway.
No, just not for anybody in this panel, just anybody listening. You sick motherfucker.
Anyone that deserves to go to jail.
But yeah, like a lot of people were asking for Viper, and we didn't get her. And a lot of people thought as soon as Rose came out, I was like, nah, it's not gonna happen.
How old is Viper?
Well, Viper is a MILF. So
Yeah, old enough to be a MILF.
Then who's the off limits one that you were talking about?
Makoto.
Oh yeah, keep her away from me.
Hey.
I think it's like the only one that even came as like a slight shock to me was Tira. But then when you explained it, I'm just like, you know what? She does sound little.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's why I was just like, man, what are they putting in the milk, man? God.
Yeah, but she threw you off bad.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's something that they put in the fucking milk.
1500's weird.
The 1500s were mad weird. I don't even think they had milk then, and they was putting shit in the milk.
Feeding some to the cows.
Yeah, like she was milking the cows, dog.
But,
I had a better joke, but we should continue.
Yeah.
Yeah, like none of us here really care about Rose, but
First two characters we weren't interested in.
yeah. Then we get to the other one.
Oro, I'm actually happy he made it in.
I'm happy he made it in as well. However, I am wondering how they are going to work with his character.
Have you heard about the turtle?
Nope.
Okay, so apparently, because if you know Street Fighter 3, you know that Oro's big thing is that he fights basically with both his legs, but only one of his arms.
Mm-hmm.
And apparently that turtle that he's holding in the picture,
Mm-hmm.
it's what they're doing like lore wise is when you're fighting him, his like the thing that they have to do with his animations is he has to keep that turtle stable. So it's like he's gonna be jumping across, like he's gonna be doing all his moves, jumping across the screen and everything like that.
Mm-hmm.
But he's gonna be keeping one hand busy holding a turtle, and he's not gonna use that hand.
That seems silly.
I
Okay.
mean-
I mean, that seems like you're overcomplicating something.
But yeah, because it's supposed to be that like the lore wise, it's him training himself for Street Fighter 3.
That just seems silly.
Rose.
Like, you really didn't need any lore to that. We knew he was a badass that kept his arm out. Like, you didn't need anything extra for that.
Like, really, you don't? But I do want to see how it plays out in the end, honestly. But like, because the biggest reason why I'm happy Oro's in is because I want, like there's a handful of characters that I do like throughout like a lot of the Street Fighter games. As I grew to learn them, and there's a bunch of characters that I'm like, I wish they would get like second chances, either because you don't see them enough, or like maybe one of their earlier entries like sucked, and I want them I want to give them a chance to redeem themselves. Like those kinds of like what's the word I'm looking for? Like those kinds of scenarios are the ones where like when I want a character to come back. And so Oro, him being from a game that was like, he was pretty much just Street Fighter 3. So as an underrepresented character, I wanted him to come back because of that. Just like for example, like I was telling Jess like a couple of months ago, when I was trying out like Alpha 3, that fucking Mika sucked ass.
Mika was trash.
Mika was straight horrible fucking trash. And I am glad that she's actually good in Street Fighter 5. And that's the kinds of scenarios I like to see play out. Because like I was telling him, like, you know, it's like compared to Alpha 3, Street Fighter 5 Mika is god tier. And so like I'm happy for that. I want Sean to get another chance because like since he's notoriously bad in 2 out of his 3 games. And it's the reason why I still sort of go with the idea of like I do want Fang to show up in another game to see if they can get him right the second time.
Still ain't so bad. He's just never improves.
I'm like if he doesn't improve after the second one, fucking drop him. But if they can improve him in the second one, I'll be like, hey, this is like it happened because you gave him another chance, and I'm happy for that. But and in Oro is like I'm looking forward to it because I want to see how he fucking goes because he was a weird character, and I want to see if he also has the fucking spirit bomb.
Now I do wonder that what are they gonna do with his like 3 super thing? Because
what?
With his 3 super thing, which I've actually thought about this a bit, because like he has like the rock super, where it basically leads to fucking infinite. And then he has the booger super, as we like to call it. He has those giant orbs that come out that he does. And then he has the grab one. Now, I'm thinking that 2 of those are probably going to be his V triggers.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too.
And now I'm debating on if the grab is going to be it for his super, or one of the others. Or maybe they'll do something completely different. Who knows? But I also wonder if that also goes into like the quote new mechanics that they're talking about for Dan's thing. That they're going to go something with that with him and the other character we're about to talk about. Because of how they work as a character.
Right. For me, I think that we need to see what the new mechanic is, because if it does turn out to just be like a second super, then all it really is a wait and see. I've seen some other people say that it might be something more along the lines of like that. I think it, like that Alpha 3 kind of CVS2 kind of system where you can just basically do like extended combos, like canceling into like special moves and that kind of shit. I've seen some I've seen Max theorize about that. I've seen just like a bunch of other like theories in general. I honestly can't say for sure. I would honestly be perfectly content if it was just second super.
We'll see though. I mean, we still have no idea what any of that is anyway. So
absolutely not. Like we're just speculating, and I mean, we shouldn't really have to wait long since it's gonna be like in 3 or 4 months when we start to see more information about the next mechanic. So like, no real need to fucking like worry about it too much for the what the other characters are gonna be coming in with.
But is there anything else I wanted to say about Oro? I'm trying to think. Other than that silly turtle thing. No.
I want to see if his eyes are like Mr. Freeze from Batman the Animated Series.
That's so specific.
It's just like the big like the big red circles.
Very interesting. But yeah, I think that's about it for our Oro.
Alright, you are free to go off and just go berserk, sir.
Holy shit. Akira from Rival Schools. I have said so many times, I can't even count. I would love for this character to be in Street Fighter V. Absolute love. But I literally said every time, there's no way because Batsu's more of the face that everybody knows. Which is kind of ironic because she wears a helmet in one of her costume things.
And I'm pretty sure that like the biker one's gonna be the costume.
Oh yeah. So when I saw this, I was screaming. Like I literally could not think for a bit because I was just like processing the actual announcement itself. Like they're acknowledging Rival Schools outside of a fucking stage. Outside of a fucking stage. Like, literally, even those two characters in that fucking stage, I thought had more of a chance than Akira. Because they actually had a model. Fucking Akira! Like, I'm still trying to process this as I'm thinking about it, because I'm thinking of how she can play, like, the things about, like, maybe some of the new mechanics going with her, maybe she gets some air juggles, maybe, I don't know! The possibilities are literally so crazy that I literally told Mrmoopsy, because he asked me if I was going to play some Street Fighter V with them in the lobbies and all this stuff. I literally told him I'll literally play ranked the second she comes out.
I'm going ranked.
I'm just outright playing the fuck out of that game. And then he got to the point where I also said to him that, like, because I have, like, quote, what my friend Johnny says are the forbidden ones, which are the characters I keep saying I want to come back but have a low chance of coming back. That being Scarlet, Akira, Karen, and June. 3 of them are back.
Except the one you probably want the most.
Except the one I want the most. So if that happens... I'm literally
imagine like the fourth character, or the final character is June.
No, right?
It turns out it's actually June. Just like, all right,
fuck it, June.
You're gonna have to flex on everybody for that.
I legit told Mrmoopsy I'm changing my emotes to all 4 of those girls. If that happens. Like I already have June, so I don't have to change that one. Like it's so weird to me that I have 3 of the 4, but not the one I want the most. But I love all 3 of them.
You might be in the Matrix.
This is a weird simulation I'm in, guys. Somebody please jack y'all real quick.
You're in the wrong timeline, champ.
I really am.
Just
imagine there's like a timeline where fucking Jess is actually just sick of June.
That's the one with that card that you see on Twitter. It's like, if I'm ever in trouble, I say this, come help me.
No, if you had an evil robot twin and I had to shoot one of them, I'm like, wait a minute. How do you feel about June? Because I'm, oh my god, I love her. What? Who's that bitch?
Who?
Hey, like who's that? You're like, yep.
And we got him.
Prevented the robot apocalypse.
I wonder if they have the gift. Yes, they do. Who? But like, I'm so excited for her. Like, as what I've said on the reaction, I kind of hate that I have to wait literally practically a year for that to actually come out.
Like, this is one thing that sort of like how can like this is one thing that I am a little bit annoyed about, because when I was right before before the stream happened, like a couple days before today, I was thinking, I was telling Jen, you know what? I don't think we're gonna be getting all the content released at once. Because I had remembered that Seth came out earlier this year in February. And looking back at all the seasons, we would always need at least roughly 4 to 5 months before we would get like any more announcements. And like even then, maybe we'd still need a little while before the after the announcements before we'd get a character. So when I was looking back at like the whole timeline thing, I was thinking I'd love it if we got content, but like I know we're not gonna get anything like soon. And so like the whole thing about people being annoyed, not counting you, like but the thing about people being annoyed about like how come we can't have our content now? It's just like, dude, you have not been paying attention at the way that this works.
Plus, like Yeti knows more as well as me. I'm a Tekken and Soul Calibur player. I wait for content for like for months, literally on end. Like months. I can wait.
Yeah. Fucking like when was the last time we got Soul Calibur content before this current one?
August time.
like Haomaru and no, not Haomaru. Hilda, right?
No, Hummer. You were right.
Yeah,
Hummer.
it was Haomaru, yeah.
Yeah, because Hilda came out first, then it was Haomaru, and Haomaru came out like it's been a nice chunk of time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then we got Setsuka yesterday. It's just like, yeah, we can wait.
Like I have more than enough I can do by that point. Trust me,
Yeah.
I'm good.
Yeah. And one thing I'll say before I forget. One thing I was also considering, Jazz. You know what I would actually like to see, or rather, whose mechanics I would like to see with Akira. I'd like to see because it would be like primarily her shit, like her doing her rival school stuff. What I'm saying though is like what I would like to see is I would like to see some level of or like some Nadeshiko kinds of pop-ins with Akira.
I want that too. Like, I wonder if that's gonna be her
Especially
V trigger. Dude, like, imagine her V trigger. She like pops up, and then like Daigo comes, and, like slaps her. Like, yeah, let's go, guts.
No, yeah, like the one I want. The one I want is fucking the one where like the fucking pair special that they did on fucking rival schools when you have Daigo as your partner. Like, I'd want that one. And for those of you who are who I'm sure don't know, which is I'm sure a lot of people, because in the original game Akira comes from rival schools, you have like it's basically like 2v2, but it's only done like through 1v1 battles. And one thing that happens, one of the mechanics in that game is that you have supers where you can summon in your partner and a special animation plays out. And when you have Akira's older brother Daigo come in, also Jess, can you put in a picture of Daigo for Eddie? Because I don't know if I don't think he knows what he looks like.
You're talking about Daigo. I don't know his last name.
Wouldn't it be like Kazuma?
Yeah, Daigo Kazuma.
Is this a game character?
Yes.
Yeah.
Then I don't know who it is. I thought you were talking about.
No, I'm not talking about Umehara. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was I thought it was Uehara. That's not the right person.
No, it's not. So like, well, Jess is pulling out the picture. Like the combo super or dual super, whatever. I'll just call it the dual. That you have when Daigo's your partner is your character literally pushes the opponent in front of him, and then Daigo comes in like he pops up. He pops out of the sky, and stands in front of the we'll say in this case Akira, and then like the dude in front of that's fighting Akira like starts fucking trying to like punch Daigo, but like they start punching at his chest, right?
Right.
And the punches are so fucking weak. There's my boy. And the punches are so fucking weak that like after like 5 or so hits, he blocks the last one and then just uppercuts you once and sends you fucking flying. And then he just walks off like a badass. The person that summons him like just bows in respect and he just fucks off. And And that is one of my favorite supers. Like, Daigo is one of my favorite fucking Capcom fighters.
And then became evil in Project Justice. No.
And he became Wild Daigo, and I never played that game. And like, whenever I've talked to Jazz about the possibility of a Rival Schools character showing up in Street Fighter, he was always my pick.
Mm-hmm. But hey, you get a sister now. Yeah.
I mean, like, I'll be happy. I'll be happy if like if somehow Akira brings in Daigo like that. If she can at least bring me Daigo through that, like, and recreate that super, I'll be happy.
Fair enough.
Like, imagine if fucking it's like Abigail and his punches aren't doing shit to Daigo. I'd be like, oh my god,
that
I
would
love
be kind
it.
of hilarious.
Well, it's funny too because for like Eddie's sake, there's a dude, because we'll say like Daigo is just hypothetically like 6 feet, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's a boss character, or well, just not a boss character, but there's a character in Rival Schools. He's like 6'5" and like 3 times his size, and like when you do that super, he still fucking has the same reactions.
Mm-hmm.
Because like I'm talking about Raizo.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like he still fucking punches Daigo in the stomach, and he's not doing shit. He just uppercuts him once, and I'm just like, I love this guy.
Yeah, Daigo's actually pretty cool, and we might actually be seeing him soon on the stream. I don't know. Maybe not. I don't know.
Don't do this to me. I just had a fat lunch.
But I am very excited for. Excuse me, I'm yawning. Kira.
Yeah, it's gonna hijack the thing because I needed to gush about Daigo. Also, he's in the Pod Topics channel, Eddie, so you can see.
Oh, I've seen him. Nigga swole as shit.
Fuck yeah.
And that's his sister, the Kira.
Yeah.
I mean, I was able to put that together. like the context clues made sense right there.
Although that's one form she is. She technically has 2 forms in the game, which one is in her biker uniform and the other one is like the way you see her now.
Oh, whoops.
If she can bring Daigo in, I'll be so happy. But I mean, yeah, like the whole Nadeshiko concept, like if they could do that for Akira, I'd be so fucking happy.
No, there's so many things that could possibly happen with this character, and I'm all excited for every single one of them.
And I would also say, just so to make things better for you, Jess, watch his reactions to the announcements. It is the first time he sees it, and I've been watching it on repeat and laughing so much all day.
It caught me so off guard. Like, I didn't see that coming in the slightest.
He's just like, because you're like a little kid when you see it. He's like, mommy, that's my character.
What the
like,
fuck?
Like looking at the camera, you were so fucking happy.
Woo, what timeline am I in?
Good things can't happen in 2020.
2020, you're fucking weird.
Just like, I mean, yeah, we got COVID, but we got, so you know it ain't all bad. Like, we winning this year.
Let's do it.
Got like the other half of the reason why he's a Kazuma, Jazz.
Which I said, I like literally the second I was thinking about it, it's like, this is weird. Like, all right, in June, whatever. No, wait, Akira too. Wait a minute.
I guess it's a common ass last name.
Come back all of a sudden out of nowhere. You know what Scarlett's last name is? Kazuma.
I'm like, okay. I'm like, all right, that's a conspiracy here.
I'm being groomed for something and I don't know what.
I'm like, I'm bleeding from my ears. Great.
Jazz goes Super Saiyan.
You're like, what? And you know what else? Karen's middle name is Cosmo. The fuck is happening? But oh man, I can't wait to see what she can do in actual form Like, I want it now, but I will wait because I already have too much shit to do anyway.
Yeah, that you do. You just barely got Setsuka.
Mm-hmm. No, that's gonna take a minute to learn.
But I mean, fuck, man, rival schools.
It's alive.
And
not only that, but it actually got trending on Twitter.
oh yeah, I'm sure, because I'm sure there was a lot of people that were like, "Who the fuck is Akira?" Like the movie.
I like that movie.
Yeah, I do too. But like, I mean, we'll see what happens, because, like, yeah, I mean, if you want everything for Akira, I'd say go to Jazz's reaction.
Mm-hmm. And maybe
Is there
some
anything
more
else?
down the line. Just say, wink, wink.
The top 10 reasons why Akira is great.
Hey, don't give all my techniques away.
Is there anything else you want to say about Akira?
No. I mean, I don't have much else on her as far as 5 goes. I can go on
Her
and on
costumes
about
are gonna be lit.
Oh yeah, and that's another thing, because we were talking about it, but we didn't talk about it here. The fact that she's probably going to be aged up more now too, because she's the same age as Sakura. So like, I can't wait to see what their, I guess, reimagining of her as an older woman now will be.
I can't imagine it's gonna be like too drastic.
It's probably not, but then again, like, look at what they came out with Sakura.
Yeah, but because what I mean is, like, she still generally looks the same.
I'm talking clothes wise.
Well, no, yeah, that's what I mean, because I'm talking face wise.
Oh no, like face wise, she's probably not going to change much at all.
But that's also something to consider, is this is the first time you're gonna see her in 3D, or like rather
Listen, what?
high end 3D.
I was gonna say, excuse me?
In my defense, those are still flat ass faces.
Fair enough.
Those are JPEGs on 3D models.
Remind me to never be in the same room as Jazz if that happens.
What?
I don't want to be there. Be a victim of friendly fire, blue on blue. No.
No, no.
Oh no, we ain't having that.
Yes, admit it to yourself. You're gonna be looking it up.
No. I have too much shit to do.
No,
You
you're
don't
right,
have
just get the
time.
If the age is right enough, we're looking it up. If it ain't, stay far away from us.
And as of right now, the age is definitely not right.
This is true.
Yeah, but that was like in what, like 1985? Come on.
Get with the times.
Come on, man. Get with the times. Obviously, this 2D character has grown a lot since then.
A whole ass dimension.
Oh, that's the mention.
You know how long it takes to grow an entire dimension in years?
It varies.
Long enough, according to Rule 34.
No, man. No, I'm excited for her though.
Yeah. And then we do have. Let me pull up the roadmap, because we do have one more character, but they haven't been given any like official things.
Mm-hmm.
And they're gonna come with a new stage apparently.
Mm-hmm. Which is very interesting. I don't know what stage they could come with if it's a rival school stage, that is.
I don't. Well, I guess the rival school stage is gonna come with Akira.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like, I don't even know what stage they would take from that.
You know what?
At
I
the
think it might be.
What's that?
And this is just me guessing. I feel like it might be that like a modified version of the overpass.
I can see that.
Because like it's a lot of open space like in the original, so then they can fill it up with all the references.
Mm-hmm.
It could be like the Terry Bogard station Smash.
Mm-hmm. Fair enough. That'd be cool, actually.
But for the last character, the last character is a CPT stage.
Mm-hmm. So it's probably gonna be another brand new everything stage.
Yeah, like fucking another ring of stage.
Yeah.
But I mean, those are actually pretty cool. I really like a lot of those.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll say this. For the last character, I don't really have much. New battle ballots at the end too. Because like I'm pulling up a bigger version of the roadmap, so I'm seeing everything like a lot clearer.
Mm-hmm.
It's also got like a little max in the corner. But because like this, personally, I have no clue what the last character is gonna be.
Mm-hmm.
When I was watching Max's stream, what his thought was, and he said that he didn't say this out loud because he didn't want to hype himself up. It's the possibility that it's gonna be another guest character.
Interesting.
And in my opinion, if that's the case, there's like, if it's guest characters, I have 3 in mind that I would want.
Mm-hmm.
Which would be Kazuya.
Okay.
Because I've gone on record with Jas and Jen before. Because of Ed's inclusion and his build,
Mm-hmm.
I feel like we're that much closer to getting to basically taking an entire Tekken character and putting him in Street Fighter.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I know you don't particularly agree, Jess, but I mean, like, that's what my thought process is.
Mm-hmm.
And then my other option would be if it was Terry.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like you're judging me with your hums.
Maybe.
And then well, good.
No, I was saying, why Terry?
Primarily because, first of all, he's already in 2 games, so it's like they're clearly open to sharing him.
Mm-hmm.
But the other thing too is like it's not so much that he would bring hype to the idea of a CVS 3. Like you don't know where they're gonna be in regards to that.
Mm-hmm.
But honestly, because he's just like such a fun character, you know, like he's just like a really good fit for like the franchise of Versus in this type of game.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's like there's no better fit for a Street Fighter guest character than an SNK guest character.
Do you think that SNK would work with Capcom though in that aspect though?
You never know, because SNK, I'm sure they would want the publicity for sure. But because I mean, like another thing too is like they were willing to share Terry with Arika.
Yeah, but I mean that's like the X. That's not really like Capcom anymore. That's people that don't like Capcom.
I mean, yeah, but I there's a part of me that kind of thinks like, you know, if they're willing to pay for the use of the rights, I don't think they would say no.
I'm not with that, to be honest. When it comes to Capcom and SNK, I need more than that.
I'm like, did they have like any real bad blood after SNK?
Oh hell
too?
yeah!
Really?
Especially after what happened with CVS, the other one that SNK went, because they didn't get nearly as much of a good deal on it. They had hella bad blood. So I was like, I would need more than just publicity kind of thing for SNK to really be like, oh yeah, let's totally do this.
Well, because I've got like no idea like about like all this the backroom shit. All I know is that like I think Terry would just be a super good fit. Simple as that.
Well,
no other reason.
It's trash.
And then the last character, because even then these are my picks for guest characters. So shut up.
Well, your picks are trash.
Judgmental prick.
Thank you.
I hope Akira is fanged here.
Hey, I'll still play her. You know what? She's still in there, and Daigo isn't.
Oh, my soul.
The shots.
He ran into that one.
Dog, there's so much firing off going on, man. I thought I was playing Apex right now. Holy shit.
And then just to get out of the way, my last pick for guest character would be Tifa.
Huh.
back to Tifa again.
Dude, she belongs in a fighting game.
But does she belong in Street Fighter? That's
Well,
the real
she belongs in a
question.
good fighting game.
Does she belong in Street Fighter?
You just want her anywhere. You're just like, yo, give me.
Well,
Tifa
no, because like around the same time that like Jazz was like talking smack, that's what I remember that she was in a fighting game before, and it sucked. So
You
it's
mean
like I was talking
Air
about
Guys?
that. Yeah, I mean Air Guys. So it's like that's the one I was thinking of, but then like Jazz also said some shit, so it's like it all got mixed up.
Well, depending on what your definition of a fighting game is, she was also technically in the Cydia.
I wouldn't count that.
Yeah, as I said, depending on your definition of it.
And that's what I'm saying. I wouldn't count that.
I'm just saying, if what game matters to you, depending on the game means that it's a fighting game or not, does that mean you also don't want her to smash either up high, gentlemen?
Yeah.
No.
Not as enthusiastic that time, guys. You guys kind of let me down.
Well, I mean, Smash if it's better than Dissidia.
Yeah, but we want to shit on Smash. Come on. No.
They already got their own problems.
They don't have enough problems.
I don't know about that.
Getting Melee taken off Evo was just the icing on the cake. I need more.
I mean, but they've already got plenty. They fucking got Emblem members in the Smash community.
Yeah, that's true. They do have kitty diddlers in the Smash.
It's like let them sort out their shit for a while. But I mean, yeah, for guest characters, those would be my picks.
All right. I like the Kazuya one. That'd be very interesting to see.
I like some.
The Terry one, like I said, I'm not seeing, but if it happens, by all means, because that just means there's another possibility of a Capcom versus SNK possibly down the line.
Well, now you're ruined. It's because you brought reality into it.
Hey, 2020. What do you want?
2020. There's coronavirus going around. It's like, what's that got to do with anything? Explosions.
There's another character in Tekken that hates Kazuya would say, "This is reality." And then the last one you said with Tifa, like I said, I would like her there, but I don't see that happening. To be honest, like if it was gonna happen, I feel like it would have happened already.
Like it's a part that, and part since the remake is out, I doubt that they're gonna really want to do much with her for a while until the next games are coming up. So it's also that possibility. But I mean, you never know, because like it's like within the last 3 years, yeah, like about 2-3 years, Capcom has worked with Square Enix before too. So it's not like they wouldn't be open to negotiations.
But yeah, I could see it being another guest character.
And the other thing too that I would add is that because we got like new people like in control of the Street Fighter V content, maybe these dudes would be a lot more amicable.
Maybe, especially since it's apparently the last one, as they say.
It's the last one, and from what I've heard from people like Max and stuff, that there's apparently some shit went down with fucking Ono and Capcom.
Oh yeah.
I'm not gonna say if there's anything definitive. Right now, I'm just gonna classify it as rumors. But from the reactions and things I've been hearing, shit went down. That's all I'll say.
I mean, shit's been going down with Capcom a lot lately.
I know, but because apparently during the I was gonna call it the Roundhouse panel, but that's not it.
The Roundhouse panel.
I like that.
Because it's fighting games.
The Japan producer roundhouse. You almost have me saying it now. Japan producer round table.
There you go. But like, yeah, during the roundtable, apparently, like, there was like when Harada was like taking some shots at Ono, the like everyone was reacting like with levity, except like the two Capcom dudes. They were like stone faced when like all that shit was going down. Apparently,
No, they looked like bothered by it.
Yeah, they did look very bothered by it.
and
Like,
I mean,
they did not like that at all.
and I have no idea what the hell was like going on with that. Like I heard about that, but it sort of adds some stuff to like the whole rumors of like shit went down with Ono and and Capcom.
I mean, with recently, I don't know if you've seen the What Happened thing with Street Fighter V, but with that and like more people coming out about it, I wouldn't be surprised if he was one of the ones as well coming about how some horror stories about that game.
Wait, like so like Ono was also saying that there were horror stories about Street Fighter V?
No, I'm not saying that he was, but I wouldn't be surprised if he wasn't going to be one of those people. Because a lot of people have left Capcom and have talked about that game now that their NDA and stuff is over and whatnot.
Like what kind of stuff has been coming out?
Like how what it originally was going to be, which is the hyper-realistic thing, and what ended up happening with that, and why it switched between companies, so that when it finally came out with Dimps, there was nothing there because of the whole physical year bit and whatnot, like a bunch of other stuff of reasons why the game came out the way it did and why it is where it is now.
Damn.
Like a lot of this shit is happening as we speak. So I would not be surprised if Ono is going to be in that conversation pretty soon.
You'd probably have to wait for him to finish his NDA, but like shit, the fucking management at Capcom must have been horrendous.
Oh, just listen to that thing. It was awful.
And fucking why are there some that think hyper realistic Street Fighter is the way to go?
Because Tekken makes it work.
That's stupid though. That's Tekken.
Is it though? Because you see something working, do you not see like other people trying to emulate it?
Like yes, like businesses replicating fucking something that they've seen work. I mean, we talked about that earlier.
Yeah, but
but I've also been like the person that was saying they should do their own thing.
Yeah.
whether or not they do it, that I can't fucking control them to as much as I want to.
See,
All I'm saying,
that's why I'm like,
like if I had fucking like the mind control powers from Yu-Gi-Oh or some shit like that, I'd fucking be telling them, don't do that, do your own thing.
But you don't, and here we are.
Yeah, I know. I don't have the Millennium Eye. But I mean, like we'll see what the last character is. But I mean, here's hoping shit gets better down the line. Like we're getting all depressing now. The roadmap looks good. I'll say that. And Jazz is getting his third waifu of this generation. That's also good news. And that last character, it could be a guest character. It could be someone super badass.
And I will actually kind of agree with that one because of the fact that it is the last character. So they're probably going to end off with some sort of bang. And as much as I would say Viper would make a lot of people happy, it wouldn't be the biggest bang.
Nope.
So we'll see.
Unless that bang's coming from Eddie.
No, I got nothing. Don't involve me.
But since you're talking, if you had a guest character, since you exist, Eddie, and you're breathing right now,
it's like this fucking sensible story all over again. Oh, man. Breathing. Oh, man. Looks like you're gonna have to get involved, buddy.
No, I am curious though. If there was a character you wanted in Street Fighter V, despite what you think about the game, if there was a character you wanted in there,
just to see people enjoying them.
Yeah.
God damn. Damn. If there was a guest character to be in Street Fighter and just Street Fighter in particular, huh?
Mm-hmm.
I'd probably say Sho Minazuki.
Really?
I put Sho Minazuki in there.
I was not expecting that.
Well, who was you expecting? Yoshimitsu or something?
No. I actually don't know who I was expecting, but definitely not that.
Like, just to put in a 2D fighting game, yeah. Yeah, like, and the only rules that I even put on that myself was just to not put a 3D character into a 2D game. If I wanted to keep it within the realms of 2D, probably either be Shao Kahn or Sho Minazuki.
I don't know who that is.
Persona
you don't know
Arena.
Shao Kahn?
Wait, hold on. You got like, yeah, you guys were both kind of cutting off. Who?
You don't know who Shao Kahn is?
No, Show. Which is Persona Arena.
Ah.
Persona 4 Ultimax character, dual swords. Great.
Yeah.
Ah.
He's edgy like Gro, you like him.
I don't know, like Gro. Girls like that edgy because he doesn't want anybody to know who he is. Shows like that edgy, like I'm just evil kind of edgy.
I'm just a dick.
Oh, that's right, because we established earlier that Gro is just a tsundere. That's all that is.
Yeah, that's Gro. But yeah, well, I guess that's it for this one then.
I believe so. Yeah.
So that has been our extras.
There was one that we still needed to answer.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Which was your question of should there be like a council of some sort, right? For the
Basically,
FCC?
yeah, that was like my question is, given the whole Mr. Wizard thing that happened, him being a member of the Smash community, my question was like, do you guys think that, and given like the shit show and fallout that happened with Evo afterwards, do you guys think that we should have like a committee of like heads for Evo instead of like a single person, or how should it be run?
Nope. Well, I don't. In this context, no matter what, it wouldn't have shit wouldn't have changed. And the reason I say that is because a lot of these people knew. A lot of the people within that realm knew what Mr. Wizard was doing and just turned a blind head to it because of the paychecks was being fat.
Yeah.
So having a committee of people be in charge of it, if the whole committee's corrupt, you know what? Like what can you do?
I mean, true, fair.
Yeah, because I was literally about to bring up the same thing Eddie was saying. Like, you could have the committee, but I don't think it would change in this instance if it was the same thing because of what we know about it.
Yeah, like the committee wouldn't have prevented that from happening.
But do you think like a committee would be able to help keep things in order and make things harder for like screw ups like that to happen, or would it like just the whole thing just be like basically like not much of a difference how many people are running the thing?
Because I'd say it wouldn't have helped. It wouldn't have helped, and the committee won't help it for the future. The only thing that would have helped it was exactly what happened. People getting called out and everything crashing and burning. Because it's like if one kidly diddler, Jesus Christ, Edward. if there was somebody doing kid diddling, right? But you didn't know it. You didn't know it. You're making a lot of money, then it just gets found out anyway. Because you were involved, you're probably going to. So when a lot of people are put in a position like that, it's just like either you try to keep it under wraps or you try to expose it. And then somebody was already trying to expose it, but there was more people covering it up than it was exposing it. Then we got more people exposing it than being able to cover it up, and that's the only reason why change happened to begin with. Like in a situation like this, a committee wouldn't have helped shit. A committee would have probably been able to keep organization better, yeah. they'll probably be able to keep help with scheduling and help with keep up the event. But if you're talking specifically about the goings on of it, if somebody's doing something wrong, but everybody was already in on it to begin with, shit ain't gonna change.
Plus, I would like to bring a slight hypothetical to that.
Never.
Because, I'm just more agreeing with you on that, Eddie. But look at the FGC as a whole. Like, look how many clicks technically we have in just a single game. Do you really think we can make a committee off of the FGC based off of that?
Based off a bunch of high school kids.
I was
Who
gonna
are
say
very
basically like
emotional.
high school, yeah.
Like, I don't see that happening. Especially with anybody even agreeing on said community. Because there's always going to be like, well, why is he there? And then there's going to be a bunch of that things happening. And then Twitter wars, and so on and so forth.
Still business as usual. I mean, yeah, but I still figured it'd be a hypothetical that, like, I would want to see what, like, the reactions would be. Like, I'm not saying, like, go through with it. I'm just saying, like, the reason why I brought up the question is I wanted to see, like, what the reactions and, like, what points of view would be presented.
Well, then here's my question to you on that. Because, like, going off of what I said. If you could create the committee of people, who would they be?
It would be pretty much, like, damn near one from every group.
But who one from every group?
I don't know everybody's names off the top of their heads, Jess. I don't know
See,
everybody.
that's a problem there.
And that's exactly your first fuck up.
That's a problem right there.
Why are they asking me?
It's your idea.
Yeah, like, I'm trying to, like, put a picture for you on there. You don't know everybody on that list. So, you think everybody else would? And then, like, well, why is this person and not X person there? He should be known because I know him more than you.
I'm just laughing because I'm thinking, like, yeah, like, if it was a member of the Smash community, yeah, Zero should be up there. He'd help me get away with this shit.
Oof.
Wow. No, but even then, all the names that we could even remotely think of that would be a good fit to it, wouldn't want to do it to begin with.
Exactly. That's a whole
There's a
other
good
thing.
chunk of them that wouldn't, yeah.
Yeah, like we couldn't ask Mighty Keith to be our Smash representative. He don't want that role. You go to Maximilian. Maximilian ain't gonna want to be an advocate.
Especially now.
Yeah, like
Especially
no.
now, exactly.
Like we're not gonna ask like Arslan Ash or JDCR need to be the tech and committee guy.
I'm not gonna ask Alex Valle to be the Street Fighter person. Have you seen some of the things he says on Twitter? He'll make everybody pissed off.
Yeah, like I wouldn't ask Signy or AO Boom or Sign or Party Wolf or anybody to be the Soul Calibur advocate. They don't want that role. You wanna know why? Because they want to play those games.
I just want to play games, man. I just want to play games.
Exactamundo. You would need some businessmen behind it, and that's exactly what they got. They got people who can handle the business. The only thing the committee would do would just try to even out the times that each game gets.
And this is why I asked the question.
And we're conversating with you. How
Exactly.
stupid it is. No, I was just playing.
Well, good thing I never committed to it. So.
No, like, I will say, as far as asking the question, these are kind of questions that probably should be asked. But it's like...
So they can make me look stupid, exactly.
Hey, you said it, not me.
I don't know, that was my perfect jazz impression.
We don't need the questions for that.
But, yeah, like, these questions do need to be asked. It's just a matter of getting to that point anyway. I don't think we're even there yet, to be honest.
No.
But,
yeah, that's another thing, too, is, like, the people that they've got so far at, like, leading Evo. Like,
Cannon Brothers.
What's up?
The Cannon Brothers.
Yeah. There's like in my mind there's a question of like how long are they gonna be taken over for, because what if it turns out like, and this is just hypothetical, like what if they end up like finding somebody else that like they can sort of give their spot to, you know what I mean?
I wouldn't be surprised if they did at this point because
that's not the problem. That ain't the problem. They probably will do that.
yeah, because of the whole League of Legends thing. They're literally working with these people for the fighting game and whatnot. So I wouldn't be surprised if they fully commit to that and be like, fuck this.
Yeah.
The only reason why they even took over that spot anyway was just because like they got too much flack.
Like somebody gotta reel this shit in. We're the only ones, so let's do it. I don't know. It's just we just gotta wait and see for this point.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah. And well, I mean, because you guys wouldn't be able to have like you guys wouldn't be able to think of anyone that would be like open to taking on the responsibility, right?
Not at this moment, especially now. Especially with everyone just like so judging right now, to the point where it's just like you do anything even remotely wrong, cancel that person.
Oh God, yeah.
Oh yeah, you can get canceled for sneezing.
Mm-hmm.
It's like this man likes rival schools, cancel him. This man doesn't know what rival schools is, cancel him.
Mm-hmm. I literally have to bleep out a word for a joke that I actually thought was a little funny because of cancel culture and the way things are now. Think about that.
Pussies.
Don't have to bleep out that one. But yeah.
Replace it with the word Bloodborne.
Bloodborne. But yeah. Did you anything more on that one?
Not really. I mostly wanted to like sort of gauge like the responses and stuff because given how volatile and unstable the current state of like not only the FGC but Evo as well. Like how it is. Even after like this little bit of time that's kind of like it's calmed down, but it's still fucking hectic.
Oh yeah.
It's still something that like we are gonna have to find out what the hell's gonna go on for the future because I'm sure that like we don't want this shit to go away but we do need to fix it. And so like considering different possibilities is just something that I was thinking like it wouldn't be bad to mull over.
Fair enough.
Also, Street Fighter V Season 5 looks dope.
Yes. But I guess that's it. Well, other than the slight thing I was gonna say, Ghost of Tsushima rocks. But yeah.
So yeah, last minute messages. Street Fighter V Season 5 looks dope as fuck. Ghost of Tsushima rocks. And is there anything you want to add, Eddie?
No, not really. Fat anime titties, like.
And fat anime titties. All right, that's pretty much our slogan.
Like that's, I think that's the podcast.
Yeah.
That be it.
Basically, that's the main point we wanted to make for this episode.
That be it.
Alrighty. So you guys want to do the sign-outs and shit?
Yes, sir. I will be possibly starting back on the Tekken Legacy either this weekend or this Monday. I'm mainly holding off on it because it's Tekken 6, which is the longest out of all of them, so it's going to take me a minute to go through.
You're doing the scenario campaign, aren't you?
I mean, that is the story, unfortunately. I can't just do an arcade mode on that one.
Plus Setsuka.
Boy, that's just crazy. You're just going through some shit right now.
Although I will say that as far as the YouTube side of that goes, I will be changing something about it due to how long this one will be. More on that when the actual video comes out, though. But yeah.
Special guest Mighty Keith.
If only. Just have them like in my house, like 6 feet apart. Like, so what do you think about Tekken 6? He's just in the background doing that dance with the whole like.
I would have winked.
But yeah, more on that this weekend. But I am working on the rest of the legacy though, and of course Setsuka is taking up time too. So she's not easy as expected, so I have to learn her. But till then, hope you all have a wonderful August, and we'll
You have
see
to
you.
take her out to dinner first.
That's you about tell me to square up according to her story. But no, have a wonderful August. Y'all take care, and we'll see you at the next time.
Yep.
Eddie.
No. I'm not gonna add nothing, man. Not this time. Just know I'm working.
Word.
Yeah, just know I'm working on my video too, and I could probably use some help getting some memes.
Meme approved.
I meant more like GIFs.
Meme not approved.
I was not gonna sing again.
Not for a not approved one.
Oh.
But no, we'll see. We'll see what we can possibly come up with for you. But
Alright.
I guess that's it then.
Pretty much.
Good job, guys. Knocked out another one.